Good morning. How y'all doing? Ready for some football? Let's go. Got a couple of games on. We're going to watch Army hosting Tulane and Boise State hosting Unlv. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, this is just a Las Vegas hat. Just a Las Vegas hat. Winner of Army Tulane getting the 12 seed. No. No. Fake news. When are the shelves coming back? Next season. Next season, boss. Oh. Look at the... You mean watch it? Look at the Conference USA Championship? You mean watch it or just look at it? Hope we all have a good time. Robbie, you're not going to last long here. So, we're all going to have a good time here. But you're not going to be here long. Unfortunately, for yourself. You can't help yourself. Belichick going to UNC. Would be a terrible hire. They should go get Summerall from Tulane. North Carolina should go get Summerall from Tulane. Belichick, that's going to work out about as well as what's the old dinosaur NFL guy that took over Arizona State, Herm Edwards. Yeah, that'll work out about as well as Herm Edwards worked out at Arizona State. Let's go, Worthington Smith. No, let's go Unlv. Let's go Unlv. The fact that the state of North Carolina doesn't have a powerhouse football school is pathetic. I agree. North Carolina, Arizona, and Virginia ought to be able to field a relevant football program. At least one in each of those states. Yeah, here's the bets tonight. Here you go. There you go. Those are the bets. There you go. Well, feel free to troll me on that. Feel free to troll me on that. Yeah. Lou, did you place a bet on the Texas-Georgia game? I haven't bet on any of the games tomorrow, no. But I will bet on Georgia, though. In that one. Georgia plus the 2.5 or whatever it is. The games tomorrow, I like Georgia, SMU, Oregon, and Arizona State. Did you get a good cup of coffee? Yeah, it's almost gone though. Might need another one. Let me handle that now. Bird just stands on her new rug. Stand on your rug, Bird. Come on. Everybody on your blankie. Come on. You gotta go on your blankie. Come on. Come on. You go on your blankie. Get up there. You gotta be on your blankie. Watch the games with us. We're gonna watch the games. But you gotta lay on your blankie. You gotta lay down on your blankie over there. Stop mistreating the blue field. Fuck this blue field. They need to do away with that dumb shit. It's a fucking gimmick they don't need. It might have mattered 25 years ago when nobody knew who Boise State was, and you just go, oh, that's that team with the blue field. But everybody knows who Boise State is now. It's a gimmick they don't need, and it gives you a fucking headache every time you try to watch one of these games. 30 minutes in, we're all going to have a fucking headache watching this game. Seeing rumors of Deion Sanders to Ohio State. Buddy. Come on, man. Come on, man. Would be a lot better than Ryan Day. Are you trolling yourself? I'm serious. Are you trolling yourself right now? Buckeye Man 2014. Buddy. Buddy, bro. Losing to Michigan 4 years in a row has done something to y'all's brains, Ohio State people. I'm serious. Trace, thank you for the super chat. He says, the Hill people think blue fields are overrated. I can't stand looking at it. I'm not going to lie. It gives me a fucking headache. And let me guess, Boise State's going to wear all blue uniforms just to give you even more of a headache, probably. There you go. Sorry. I wonder if the field tastes like blue raspberry. Lou, have you seen Eastern Michigan gray field? No, I haven't seen that. I've seen Eastern Washington's red field. Here come these dummies now. Yep, all blue head to toe. Helmet, jersey, pants, field, shoes. Look at this dumb shit. Texas fans better not mistreat Waffle House. Well, nobody ought to ever mistreat Waffle House for any reason at all. YouTube TV's max streaming quality on PC is poverty? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but you can watch YouTube TV in 4K if it's on a 4K channel. If not, you can watch it in 1080. Boy, this announcer for the Boise State game can watch the field and look into the camera at the same time. IHOP better than Waffle House? Yeah, right. Right. You're an Ohio State fan, dummy. What do you know? You don't know shit about breakfast. You dumbasses eat fucking cream of wheat instead of grits up there. So nobody can take anything you say about breakfast seriously. Of course you think IHOP's better than Waffle House. You also eat cream of wheat. That tells us everything we need to know, bud. IHOP is like a soup kitchen that's open to the public that you have to pay for. It's no different. If UJ had their field red, would you be complaining about that? Yeah, are you new to the channel? I complain about shit with UJ all the time. I spend half my time complaining about shit with UJ. Of course I would complain about anybody having a red fucking field. I'd rather go to the food bank than IHOP. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Agreed. Trace says, Lou, I know you think college games should be played on campuses. Do you like the idea of the SEC having home conference championship games like the Mountain West? No. No. Now, if they want to rotate where the game is played, like, you know, Atlanta, Birmingham, wherever the fuck in Texas, or you know, New Orleans, if they wanted to rotate it, I'd be okay with that. But no, I'm okay with conference championship games and national championship games being on a neutral field. Lou, would you classify your show as family friendly, and would you consider it PG or PG-13? It's not up to me to classify that. My job is to parent my children. It's other parents' job to parent their children. I'm not responsible for what some lazy fucking parent lets their child watch on the internet. I'm not responsible for that. Quit letting an iPad raise your fucking child. You know what happens, Robbie? When parents let an iPad or a computer raise their child, you know what happens, Robbie? You happen. You. Because that's exactly what your parents did. They locked you in a room with an iPad when you were 3 and they never saw you again until you turned 16. And look how you ended up. I'm not responsible for raising other people's children. No, I want a green field. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with just being normal? It's rated F for fun in that. Thank you, Chance. Will you raise me, Luke? No. No. Fuck no. Huddle House is sad imitation. Yeah, fuck Huddle House. Central Arkansas has a purple and silver field. UJ lost to Boise State in 2011. Yes, they did. Lost to Central Florida a couple of years before that. Lou, I am ready for a stress-free weekend. My Vols are probably on the road round 1, but at least we're in the playoffs. Gonna enjoy seeing Bama fans stress. Yeah, Tennessee's in no matter what. All right, the game has started. UNLV's got the ball first. First play of the game on the ground, or the kickoff. We're getting ready for 1st and 10 here. UNLV will have the ball first. At least Ohio State, Michigan, Texas play home and homes. State, Texas, and Michigan play home and homes. Well, Ohio State and Michigan play home and home because they're in a conference. You don't schedule your own conference games. It should be illegal for full blues on Bly Field. All right, 1st and 10 for UNLV pistol formation. First play of the game here. Mountain West Conference Championship game. Winner is in the playoffs. Quarterback's going to keep huge gain, 10, 12, running over people. Picks up about 14 or 15 yards on a QB keep on 1st down. Nice looking play there for UNLV. Georgia didn't make Oregon go anywhere. I don't know. A lot of you might not understand how neutral site games work. Neutral site games aren't set up by either team. They're set up by whatever foundation hosts the neutral site game, and then they then invite whatever teams they want to play in that game to play in that game. So Georgia definitely didn't make Oregon fly 3,000 miles to get their ass beat by 40 points, which is what happened. Oregon chose to do that. You don't schedule neutral site games like that. Those are preseason games that aren't ran by the school or the conference. They're set up by Chick-fil-A or the Chick-fil-A Kickoff Classic or whatever it is. The Duke's Mayonnaise has one in Charlotte, and you're invited to play in the game. You can accept or deny the invitation to play in the game. But a lot of you don't know that much about college football, so I'm not surprised you didn't know that. 2nd and 6, UNLV's close to another 1st down. Going to be shoved out of bounds just short. 3rd and about 2 coming up now for UNLV. Hey, Lou, what are you up to tonight? I'll give you 3 guesses, bud. I'm live streaming on YouTube. 3rd and 2 for UNLV. Uh-oh, they're going to get false start, it looks like here. Bad penalty to take there. UNLV is in Boise State territory. A good-looking drive. Looking at a 3rd and 2, and then there's going to be some kind of movement. False start. Yeah, that's going to back them up. So instead of 3rd and 2 now, it's going to be 3rd and 7. Burgle, get out of there. Get. Go. Go. Fucking around. Too much fucking around, Berg. What was the spread on this game? 4 or 4.5, depending on when you look and where you found it at. But about 4 or 4.5 points. I got it at... Here comes the third down for Unlv. Quarterback's go. Oh my God, man. What are you doing? This quarterback just took a 20-yard loss on a sack. Fucking moron. I got it at 4.5. 4.5. Boise State. I've got UNLV plus 4.5, but line 4.5. Allegedly, Oklahoma State is going to fire Gundy if he doesn't take a pay cut. I wouldn't be against that. I think he's done run his course there. Boise State fields the punt dangerously around the 24 or the 25-yard line. It'll be down right there. 1st and 10, Boise State. This will be their first possession. And our first look today at Albertius Gent Worthington Smith, the Heisman candidate running back for Boise State. Who you got, Tulane or Army? I took the under in that game. I took the under, so I didn't take either team. I just took the under on the point total. I've got it on over here. It just started too. Tulane's got the ball. They're on their own 43-yard line, 2nd and 4. This is the first possession of the game. Pass is going to be complete, and he picks up a first down. Wow. Then some, turns on to Jets all the way down to the red zone. Poor tackling and a poor angle taken on that play by Army turned a 5 or 6 yard gain into about a 30 or 40 yard gain. This guy should have been tackled right there. What are you doing, 25? What are you doing, 25? Come on, man. Big play by Tulane there. Who's cheering for Boise and who's cheering for UNLV? Well, I did bet UNLV. If UNLV loses, does Auburn get in? Yes. A great point. Auburn is just one UNLV loss away from being in the playoffs. Yes. You figured it out. Lou, didn't you have a bet for the Pacers too? Yeah, Indiana minus 2.5 in the Pacers NBA game. Heard y'all talking RQB Ja. Heard y'all talking R, like literally the letter R, QB Ja. I'm not sure what that means. Heard y'all talking R, QB Ja. Yeah. I used to be a Blinto. Bud. I don't really do score predictions, but I think the Georgia game will be something like 30-28, 34-20, 31-27, 28-24, something like that. Who would win, Purdue versus Charleston Southern? I'd probably take Purdue just because they're a Power 4 team. But it would be, why? No one would watch it. I can tell you that. Nobody would watch that game. Is Idaho home to Aryan Nation? I have no idea. No clue. Hey Lou, what kind of coffee is that? Black. There goes Gent Worthington Smith on the ground. Gain of about, almost 20 yards. 3rd and 13 now for Tulane. They're on the Army 31. Shotgun with 4 wide. Snap back to throw. Looking over the middle. Throws over the middle. Caught, but tackled short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 3. They're in field goal range. We'll see what they do. 1st and 10 now for Boise State on their own 41. Pass complete behind the line of scrimmage on a little hitch. Splits the defenders and gets upfield for about 7, maybe 8 yards. 2nd and short coming up now for Boise. Jackson or Roland? The streaming schedule is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, but I'll be 4 o'clock on Patreon and 8 o'clock on YouTube. So that's the SEC game comes on at 4. That'll be on Patreon. And then 8 o'clock, we've got the ACC title game, SMU and Clemson. And I think the Big Ten title game as well on at 8. That'll be the YouTube stream tomorrow at 8. And of course, I'll be on at 9 a.m. in the morning for the kickoff show. Hey Lou, did you see my membership super chat? It's rough. Hey Lou, good morning. My wife bought me Big Ten championship game tickets for my birthday tomorrow after the Indiana game. Front row, 20-yard line. I'm an Ohio State fan. Yikes. Well, I would say sell them, but you can't sell them. Nobody wants those tickets. I don't know what's going on, but the Big Ten championship game tickets are on sale on StubHub right now for $13. So people are having to choose whether they want a Big Mac or a ticket to the Big Ten championship game. Boise State rolls out to throw on first down, pass complete, hit and tackled right away. Going to be a gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 coming up now for Boise State. If KFC loses, does Popeyes get in? These ticket prices for these conference championship games really show why the SEC is just better, says Lamont Pounds. The SEC championship game tickets are a lot lower than they normally are, too. I mean, I think the reason is pretty obvious. If you're a fan of a team that's playing in a conference championship game and is also playing in the playoffs, Gent Worthington Smith's going to be stuffed behind the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 5 for a loss of about 2. If you're a fan of one of these teams that's playing in a conference championship game and you know your team's going to the playoffs, you really want to go spend $200, $300, $400, $500, whatever it is, to go to the conference championship game when you know you got to turn around and probably fly somewhere and buy tickets to 2 or 3 playoff games in 2 or 3 different parts of the country over the next month. So I think the amount of travel involved in going to see your team play in the playoffs under this expanded format is driving down the cost of conference championship games. Oh, 3rd and 7. And the Boise State wide receiver doing his best UGA wide receiver impersonation by dropping what would have been a first down catch. And Boise State's going to have to punt it away here on 4th and 7. By the way, Lou, UNLV is a team from the desert playing up in cold Idaho where it's 27 degrees. I can't believe it. Well, it gets cold in Vegas. Trust me. But I see the point you're making. I see the point you're making. Arian Smith is playing for Boise tonight. It looked like it on that play. It looked like it on that play when he dropped that pass. Still no score in either game. Tulane and Army, 11.5 to go in the first quarter. No score there. Boise and UNLV, no score. We'll get our first look at UNLV's offense after this commercial break. Tulane had a pretty good drive going. Didn't work out, unfortunately, and they have turned the ball over, and now it is Army's turn. Their first possession of the game. 1st and 10. They're on their own, 33-yard line? 28-yard line, I'm sorry. On the ground, huge gain down the sideline, almost 20 yards on first down, so each team with a couple of big plays here early in the first quarter. Tulane had one, too, before their drive stalled out. Now Army hits the ground running here literally with about a 20-yard gain on their first play from scrimmage. First down, Army, coming up on 10 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Trey says Arian Smith needs a bigger chin strap. Arian Smith needs to run out of eligibility. That's all Arian Smith needs to do at this point, is just run out of eligibility. Yeah, he just needs to run out of eligibility. Who would win Purdue versus Charleston? Somebody did that one. Arian Smith needs a bigger chin strap. What is a Boise? It's a city in Idaho. Jackson Aronald. Heard y'all taking our QB. Oh, you talking about Jackson Arnold entering the portal. Yeah, he is entering the portal. Yeah. When's the portal open? December 10th? A couple of days, yeah. Yeah, I did hear he's entering the portal. I read that Georgia might be interested in Jackson Arnold. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what Georgia does at the quarterback position this offseason. Of course, they went out and got a transfer last year in Jaden Rashada from Arizona State. So he's there. They also have Gunnar Stockton, who's been there 2 or 3 years. Carson Beck most likely going pro, although Carson Beck does have a year of eligibility left. But my guess right now would be that Carson Beck would leave. That would leave Georgia with a roster full of quarterbacks with no real experience. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. Maybe instead of a quarterback, they need to go out and spend that money in the transfer portal on a defensive lineman. The schedule is scrolling across the bottom of the screen for tomorrow. Wegman's dad owns Cotton Holdings. I don't know anything about that. Did Ashton Worthington Smith get the ball thrown to him yet? Not that I've seen. He's had a couple of runs. I haven't seen them throw him the ball yet, but they've only had one possession, Boise State. I did at least use Uncle Lou for the promo code on Prize. Hey, good looking out, Trey. Yeah, everybody might as well do that. Go over to Prize Picks, get signed up, use that promo code Uncle Lou. It's on the screen. All you got to do is make a $5 play over there. It doesn't even matter whether you win or lose. Just make any $5 play, and they're going to give you a $50 bonus instantly. So it's $45 free dollars, really. I mean, it's $50, but even if you lose the $5 that you that you play initially, you'd be up $45. But yeah, y'all check it out, prizepicks.com. Make sure you enter that promo code right there on the screen, Uncle Lou, uppercase letters, no spaces, one word, Uncle Lou. Lou and LV fumbled, no. Okay, all right, Lou and LV jumped on it. That could have been disaster. That would have given Boise State the ball in the red zone. What are you doing, Lou and LV, man? Come on now. But make sure you use that promo code, though. That's the only way they have to track that you came from this channel, so. If you get signed up on prizepicks.com, use that promo code on the screen. Lou, talk about Longhorns' #1 recruiting class. I don't really do recruiting here. I mean, I followed the overall rankings a little bit, but I'm not really a recruiting. I don't do that much recruiting stuff. If Lou gets tired of trolling Hilljacks and Cherokee, there's also a casino in Alabama near Auburn. It's not a real casino, so I'm not going there. So. You think Georgia's QB is on the roster? I mean, I don't know. I mean, Gunnar Stockton hasn't really played football in 3 years, since high school. I mean, he's played some slop-up time at Georgia, but I don't know if he's any good or not. We got no idea. Same really with Jaden Rashada. I don't know if either one of them are any good, so I don't know. I hope we can keep Nussmeier for another year. Could have a big year next year if he can clean up the turnovers. Has he not said yet what he's doing? Nussmeier? Don't give up, UNLV fans. I'm not giving up. Shit. Fuck that. I'm not giving up. I got Beck for 2 passing touchdowns tomorrow. I think it'll hit. It better hit because Georgia damn sure can't run the ball. So it better hit. I took the over on Carson Beck yardage on my Prize Picks play. Gunnar looked really good against UMass. Yeah, that means absolutely nothing to me. Nothing. Josh Dobbs' eyebrows have entered the portal. Again? Dang. Josh Dobbs' eyebrows really get around, you know? You think Ohio State should get a new O-line coach? Well, they had some injuries on the O-line. I'm not enough of an expert when it comes to like position coaches at the different schools, to be honest with you. I don't even know who Ohio State's offensive line coach is. But I know they had 2 key injuries along that offensive line this year that really set them back. I mean, I think their problem against Michigan was philosophy, play style, and play calling. I don't necessarily think the offensive line was to blame. I mean, the entire scheme and game plan against Michigan, I think, was the issue. I don't think Etienne's playing tomorrow. No, I don't think he is. I mean, Georgia's never going to tell you anything on those kinds of things. So you won't know for sure until the game starts and he's either playing or he's not. But my guess is that he's not. Nick says, the wife listens along to your lives now and loves them, constantly offering up the best football content around, and I'm glad I found you 6 years ago. Yeah, I'm glad you did too, Nick. Yeah, you've been here a long time, buddy. Yeah, we've had some good times. We have had some good times on this channel. Army, 3rd and goal in the red zone. 3rd and goal from the 5 for Army. Shotgun and 4 wide for Army. Motion. Quarterback draw. Walks into the end zone for a touchdown. Army takes the early lead over Tulane. 6-0. An extra point will make it 7. 5-yard touchdown run for the quarterback. Shout out to the military. Touchdown America. Yeah. Yeah. Florida State going to find a way to lose a bowl game. All their players opted out again, turns out. Instead of opting out of the bowl game like a handful of their players did last year, turns out their entire team opted out of the entire fucking season. Robbie watches Josh Pate on his iPad. Thank you, Rudy. Robbie, is that true? You watch Juice Poot on your iPad? Oh, big play by Boise through the air into the red zone down to the 15-yard line. A deep post route. Receiver got open downfield. Good throw by the QB, too. He just ran right by that safety. Easy pitch and catch there. Big play by Boise State has them in business now. 1st and goal, or not 1st and goal, in the red zone, though. 1st and 10 from the 15 for Boise. No score, UNLV Boise State. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. They're going to hand it off to Jet Worthington Smith. He picks up about 5 yards down to the 10. 2nd and 5 coming up now. Did you see the hit on Trevor Lawrence? Dirty as hell? Yeah, I saw it. Madsen is a really good QB, actually. You all don't want Bama in the playoffs. I don't understand why everybody's so worried about Bama getting in the playoffs. They're not very good. You would think anybody in the playoffs would be itching to play Bama. How did Boise State end up with a better QB than Ohio State? Damn. Is that true? Is that true, Ohio State fans? Is this Boise State man better than Will Howard? 1st and 20, there was a penalty on Boise State, a holding that backed them up there. So instead of 2nd and 5 from the 5, it's 1st and 20 from the 25. Back to throw again. Caught by Gent Worthington Smith out of the backfield, but UNLV was ready for that. Gain of about 1, that's it. It's going to be 2nd and about 18 now for Boise. Jalen Daniels is coming back for his 6th season, says By Insanity. If he can ever stay healthy for a full year, Kansas might actually be able to do something. But it just, I mean, it's like clockwork. I hate it for him, but the guy just gets hurt every single year. It happened again this year, and then Kansas lost like 4 or 5 games in a row. But then he came back, and they were good again. At the end of the year, they beat like 2 or 3 ranked teams in a row. I don't know. Gent Worthington Smith on the ground for no gain on 2nd and 18. It's going to be 3rd and 18 now for the Smurfs. Bama might beat Notre Dame. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think Notre Dame might be better than Bama. I don't know about that. If you did my worst team bowl, it'd be FSU and Purdue this year. Yeah. We used to do a 4-team worst of the worst playoffs. If I was going to do that this year, it'd be Florida State from the ACC, Purdue from the Big Ten, Oklahoma State from the Big 12, and who we got from the ACC, from the SEC would be probably Mississippi State. Uh-oh, touchdown Boise State on 3rd and 17 in the corner of the end zone. First score of the game here with 3:51 to go in the first quarter. Boise State not doing much on the ground, but they've been lighting it up in the air. And this is a great catch here if he caught it. And I believe he did. It looks like a catch to Uncle Lou. Looks like a catch to me. That's going to make it 6-0. And here comes the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is good. Boise State 7, UNLV 0, 3:51 to go in the first quarter. Chance-tastic, what's up, buddy? He says, happy holidays and that. I've been almost 5 years. Here's to many more. Your constant berating of lukewarm fans warms my heart. All I want for Christmas is a Bama title. Cheers, everyone. I don't see any way possible Bama wins the national title. Obviously, there is a way they can get into the playoffs, but Bama, like Georgia, is way too inconsistent this year, in my opinion, to beat 3 or 4 top 10 teams in a row. But thank you, Chance. I appreciate you helping to support the channel, buddy. I mean it. That means a lot, man. And Merry Christmas to you and your family, too, bud. Fellow Sucknut, man, that's a forward pass. See? Yeah. Ohio State should have been doing a lot more of that against Michigan. I agree. I think that was more of an issue. I mean, there were offensive line issues with Ohio State this year, particularly in the Nebraska game. But they lost their left tackle for a while, and then they lost their starting center. So now nobody feels sorry for Ohio State. They recruit in the top 3 or 4 every single year. They kill it in the portal. So, they've got all kinds of offensive linemen on the bench that would be starting at a lot of other places. So I'm not saying to feel sorry for Ohio State, but I don't think that was as big of an issue in the Michigan game as just the decision in terms of the type of game Ohio State decided to play. You're the man, Lou. Great stream as always. Thank you, Chason. Thank you, buddy. It's good to see you in here. My former high school made the state title game for the 3rd year in a row and lost 69-6 in a state title game. That's surprising. You would think a state title game, may be a little closer, like 2 best teams, but that's like when Georgia played TCU in the national title game. Holy shit, 69-6. I'm not going to make fun of your high school team. My high school football team, where I went to high school, they are terrible at football. Penn State is going to win outright. It wouldn't be the most surprising thing. It's just hard for me to pick James Franklin right now in a game this big, especially against a team that has looked better than Penn State for pretty much the entire year. Tulane's quarterback's going to keep and get the ball up close to midfield. That's enough for a first down. They are down 7-0. Army up over the Green Wave. Boise State scored just a minute or two ago to take a 7-0 lead over UNLV. Still in the first quarter of both of these games. 7-0 your score in both games. Woo, who wants to play pissed off Bama? Well, pretty much everybody that's in the playoffs would love to play Bama. They're not very good. Yeah, they're not very good. Did Boise State just kick that out of bounds? No, kicked it into corner. Returned 20-25. Hitting tackle might have got to about the 26 or so. 1st and 10 UNLV. They're down 7-0. FSU fans last year mass disliking Josh Pate and Greg McElroy. Yeah, they acted like complete idiots last year. The Florida State fans did. Complete fucking morons. Lou, it's time to go to Cherokee the first week in the playoffs and watch the games. I can't do that. First of all, there's a wedding. I can't even believe I have to go to a wedding on playoff Saturday. that first playoff Saturday, December 21st. So maybe I will wait. I haven't decided if I'm going to go yet. It depends on the games. Anyway, none of that matters. Point is, I'm not going to Cherokee. That's for sure. That's for sure. The man on the horse at FSU games has entered the transfer portal. Well, I doubt that. He's in a fraternity. He's a white boy in a fraternity at Florida State. I don't think he's transferring. Clemson going to win the fucking national championship in what? Not football. They can't even beat a team with a winning record, bud. They can't even beat a team with a winning record, bud. Going deep. Incomplete. UNLV went for a long one there. Instead, it's just a long, incomplete pass. 3rd and 11 now coming up for UNLV. Ryan Day is a good coach, but not a great coach. He needs to go and give me Mike Vrabel. Is Mike Vrabel a great coach? Ryan Day is Vince Dooley 2.0. Well, Vince Dooley has more conference championships than Ryan Day and more national championships than Ryan Day. So not sure if that comment makes any sense at all. In fact, I'm positive it doesn't, based just on who typed it. Sack on 3rd down. Not good for UNLV. They let Boise State go down and score, and then offensively they go 3 and out. And they're going to have to punt it away here on 4th and long. Belichick going to North Carolina, and North Carolina color will be Viagra blue. I don't think they should hire Belichick. I really don't. If I was North Carolina, I'd go get Summerall from Tulane. Belichick is 1 year younger than Mac Brown, who you just ran out of town for being too fucking old. I mean, that makes about as much sense as firing Biden to hire Trump. I probably shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm just talking about the age thing. I'm not making a political statement. I just, getting rid of one old guy for another one. I don't think, and plus, Belichick in college, come on, man. How many recruiting visits is Belichick going on at the age of 73 or whatever he is? Go get a young guy, man. Go get Summerall from Tulane. You think we getting off the weird back list, says Rudy. If you win a playoff game, you are for sure. So we got to wait and see what the matchups are and all that. I mean, I know what it looks like right now. Like, you're either going to be the 5 or the 6 seed. So you're either going to be, playing the 11 or the 12 at home would be my guess for Notre Dame. And in both of those cases, I think you would be favored. The 11 seed's either going to be Alabama or Clemson. I think Notre Dame would be favored at home against both of them. The 12 is going to be, Arizona State. Boise State throws, pass complete. Pickup of 7. Boy, this UNL defense, they've done a good job with Alberti and Worthington Smith slowing him down, but man, Boise State is lighting UNLV up through the air. Booty Sniper says, going to a wedding on playoff weekend, you're an all-state commercial, bro? Huh? I don't get that reference, but I mean, I don't want to go. Shit. I definitely didn't schedule it on that day. So, do you think Notre Dame actually deserves the 5th seed? 5 or 6, probably, yeah. I mean, if Oregon loses, Oregon deserves the 5 seed, not Notre Dame. And maybe if Texas loses, they deserve the 5 and not Notre Dame. But short of those two things happening, I think Notre Dame is probably going to be the 5. Maybe Penn State ends up ahead of Notre Dame, but, if they lose to Oregon, but I don't know. Belichick won't be available till next year. He's supposed to be the next geriatric to fight Jake Paul. Yeah, that's about Jake Paul's speed. Belichick. The Allstate commercial where the dude is at the wedding and screws it up. I don't think I've seen that one. I try not to watch commercials if I can help it. North Carolina hired Dean Legge. That would be a terrible hire. That would be a terrible hire. Tulane's still down 7-0, but driving again in the red zone. They're into the second quarter there, 14:40 to go. Let's see if Tulane can tie it up here. Worthington Smith getting 140 yards. I called it. Well, that was the over-under. It was about 140 or 150 on his yards. James Franklin really about to get to 1 seed. Unbelievable. Well, if Oregon and Texas lose, then yeah, Penn State would probably be the 1. Tulane on the ground inside the 15, close to the 10-yard line for a first down. I think Napier would win the fight. How can I get a wrench next to my name? Robbie, take your phone, throw it out the window, wait an hour, then go get it, bring it back in, and you should have a wrench. Would Boise State beat Georgia? No. I don't think Boise State's going to win a playoff game no matter who they play. Can you imagine being the father of Belichick's 23-year-old girlfriend and she brings him home to meet the family? Does he really have a 23-year-old girlfriend? Damn. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that in that. Tulane out of the end zone, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for Tulane. They're in the red zone. They're down 7-0. Army up in the AAC championship game, the American Athletic. 13:24 to go in the second quarter. Tulane in a shotgun again. Pistol formation this time. Snap, and they're going to hand it off left tackle. Makes the first couple of guys miss. Falls forward for about 3 or 4 yards. 3rd and goal coming up now for Tulane. Lou, would Tennessee be double-digit favorites over Boise State? At home or on the road or neutral? At home they would. On the road they'd probably be somewhere between 7-10, and neutral site probably somewhere between 10 and 13. I'm just guessing. I'm not really a bookmaker or a handicapper, so I'm just guessing. They would be favored home, away, and neutral. Obviously, the amount that they were favored would vary based on whether it was home, away, or neutral. But Tennessee's got a good defense. It'd be hard for Boise to run against them. Lou, which SEC head coach would win in a bar fight? Well, some you can eliminate right off the bat. Who can you eliminate right off the bat in terms of a bar fight? Brian Kelly. He ain't Brian. No. You can eliminate Brian Kelly. You can eliminate Mike Elko. You can eliminate Josh Heupel. Eliminate Hugh Freeze. Eliminate Billy Napier. Eli Drinkwitz has probably been in a few fights. I'm positive Kirby Smart has been in more than a few fights. Shane Beamer. I think Shane Beamer's been stuffed in more than one locker in his day. Well, so we got Hugh Freeze. Come on, man. Hugh Freeze. Field goal by Tulane is no good. A 38-yard attempt, and Army still holds a 7-0 lead. Field goal no good. I can't understand why Nitro Tuggle can't get any playing time at receiver for Georgia. Well, because he's a true freshman and can't block. That's why. The same reason all these 4- and 5-star receivers we just signed this week aren't playing next year. They can't block. Give me DeBoer in a bar fight. Yeah, DeBoer can probably fight. DeBoer, Kirby, Eli Drinkwitz, Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin's too much of a pretty boy, I think. I'm scratching Lane Kiffin off the SEC head coach bar fight list. Too much of a pretty boy. Kirby, DeBoer, Drinkwitz. Yeah, that'd probably be the three there. Venables, yeah, Venables. I forgot about Venables. Yeah, forgot about Venables. I'd probably put Venables on there too. No, y'all are naming all the fat people. You can cross all the fat people off. So it's a no for Stoops, Elko, Heupel, and Pittman. They're just too fucking fat. Clark Lee, yeah, I put Clark Lee on the list, yeah. I'll put Clark Lee on the list. Sarkisian? No. No. You gotta remember, we're talking about bar fights. Sarkisian's not allowed in a bar. So you gotta remember that. Y'all are talking about bar fights. Sarkisian's not allowed in a bar. Nick Saban's not a coach in the SEC. Marcus Freeman's not a coach in the SEC. Cignetti's not a coach in the SEC. Fran Brown's not a coach in the SEC. Marcus Freeman's not a coach in the SEC. Deion Sanders not a coach. Deion Sanders has 1 foot, man. What the fuck can he do? Nothing. Deion Sanders wouldn't do a goddamn thing. Kiffin can fight because you know people talk shit about his dad when he was a kid. I don't know. I think he's too much of a pretty boy. Kiffin's the type of kid that used to pay somebody else to beat up his enemies. That's how Kiffin strikes me. Same as Ryan Day, by the way. I bet Ryan Day is the type of kid that used to pay another kid to beat up his bullies for him. Clemson gonna ruin Bama's season. Is Kirby Smart a better coach than Urban Meyer was? I'd probably still have Urban Meyer ahead of Kirby on the all-time coaching list. In fact, I know I would. I know I would. I would definitely have Urban Meyer ahead of Kirby on the all-time coaching list. Urban is the second best coach of this century behind Saban, says Gamecock in Athens. Kiffin would pay Stoops to put Beamer in a locker. The Fighting UncleLouHeres are losing. Yeah, 7-0. Plenty of time, though. And UNLV does have the ball. UNLV's on the 37. 3rd and 4. They need a first down here. They need to put a drive together here. Come on, UNLV. 11.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. They're back to throw. Good protection. Throws deep. What a catch! Holy shit, what a catch! That's better than any catch anybody at Georgia's made in years. What a catch. Shout out UNLV. Look at this. That's my man in that. Did you see that? What a catch. Shout out to UNLV. They can review it all they want. It's a fucking catch, bud. 1st and 10, quarterback keep, not much there, 2 or 3 yards. That's about it, down to about the 33 or 34 yard line. Best drive of the game for UNLV. Did Army just score again? Or is this an incomplete pass in the end zone? Looks like maybe an incomplete pass in the end zone, or what is this? Anyway, 2nd and 8 for UNLV. Come on, man. This QB is dog shit for UNLV. What are you doing? It was a 70-yard run by Army is what it was. 1st and goal for Army. They're already up 7. And now they're up 14. Easy touchdown. It's going to be 14-0 Army. This quarterback for UNLV is absolute dog shit, man. Come on. 3rd and 9 now for UNLV. Come on, man. They're on to Boise 38. Come on now. Back to throw. Caught. Fucking 2-yard gain. What are you doing? Down to the 30. It's going to be 4th and about 7. Middle Rules. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Says, great show as usual, my friend. I went to basic in Fort Benning, Georgia, and the hookers in Columbus, Georgia are a treat. My USC Trojans won't win the title, but Georgia's my pick to win it all. Thank you, Metal Rules. Yeah, I don't know anything about the, I don't know anything about the House of Ill Repute over in Columbus, Georgia. But, what? I don't know anything about the House of Ill Repute over in Columbus, Georgia. And now UNLV misses the field goal. Come on, man. See, that's the kind of thing that's going to fuck me because I've got UNLV plus 4.5. So a field goal there gets me good. Instead, this jackleg motherfucker goes out and misses it. Come on, man. Just... It literally hit the fucking crossbar, man. Come on, man. Put some ass in that kick, bud. Did you hear about the wide receiver transferring from Tennessee? No, I did not. The Fighting Uncle Lou's are losing Lou. Common. Kiffin can't fight. Well, yeah, I disagree on that. Why would you bet on an early 90s basketball skew? Like Lou could do any better. Yeah, you can't criticize anything that you can't do better. That's right. You figured it out. Yep. No such thing as a bad movie either. Unless you've directed a movie, then you can't say that a movie is bad or a movie's not any good. Same thing with a TV show, a song. There can be no song that's not good or that you don't like. Because unless you can produce a song, then you have no right to say that some other song is no good. Holy shit, man. Are you really this fucking retarded? I know you're a Florida fan, but for God's sakes, man, come up for air every once in a while. Holy shit, man. Lou couldn't do any better. No, I can't kick a 40-yard field goal, but guess what, you stupid motherfucker? I'm also not on scholarship and being paid NIL money to kick a 40-yard field goal. You know what I can do? Fucking YouTube videos, dummy. That's what I'm paid to do, idiot. Fuck you. Ah, damn, man. Can't criticize nothing unless you can do it better. Have you gone through your entire life with this fucking philosophy? My God, you mental midget motherfucker. How can you be this goddamn dumb and still have the ability to type? You must have one of them fucking Stephen Hawking deals, like some kind of straw where you're like, and then in the comment section it says, Lou can't do no better because some fucking paraplegic on the other end of the screen is going, I bet your fingers are all curled up and all kinds of sick shit. Dummy. Stupid fuck. 1st and 10 for Boise. Albertius Gent Worthington Smith dancing around in the backfield. UNLV does a pretty good job of stringing that out. No gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now for Boise. UNLV's done a good job keeping Albertius Gent Worthington Smith bottled up today, but it's been the passing game from Boise State that's been giving UNLV all the trouble. Stop mistreating Lou. Yeah, don't mistreat me. Stop mistreating me. Tulane just turned the ball over. Boy, Army's going to blow these motherfuckers out. Army's going to blow them out. They're up 14-0 already. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Now they got the ball back again. 2nd and 9. Boise throws complete and first down. Boy, I even said in the video when I was talking about this game, I said, if you're UNLV, you got to do everything you can to slow down Albertius Worthington-Smith. You can't let him beat you. He already beat you once. Even if it means stacking the box and giving up a bunch of plays through the air. Well, I didn't know it'd be this fucking bad through the air. This is like pitch and catch every time Boise drops back to throw the ball. It looks like these UNLV DBs have never covered anybody before. This is alarming. 1st and 10 for Boise on their own 45. They're up 7-0 in that. Albertius Worthington-Smith for no fucking gain again. I mean, they're shutting this guy down, but shit. Watch now, 2nd and 10. Here comes a pass for a first down probably. Metal Rule says go Army. Yeah, Army's all over Tulane here, and they've got the ball back after a turnover on the Tulane 35. They're probably about to gonna go down here and score again. 2nd and 7 in that for the Army Golden Knights. Boise State QB under center this time. Play action pass, rolls out to the left, throws, complete. Oh my God, a good play on a pass by UNLV. Shut that down, gain of only about 2. And it's going to be 3rd and 8 coming up now for Boise. Why are we deleting messages? Marvin Harrison Jr. is your daddy. What? Marvin Harrison Jr. is your daddy. He is? Come on, man. Well, my dad does take a lot of naps, but he's 65 and retired. What's Marvin Harrison Jr.'s excuse? This motherfucker takes naps during the biggest games of his career. Pass complete for a fucking first down. 3rd and 8, they gained 8.5. Come on, man. You got to get off the field there, UNLV. What are you doing? 3rd and 8, the motherfucker runs an 8.5 yard hook. No, they marked him short. What? That looks like a bad spot for Boise there, because that sure looked like he got the first down to me. But the referee comes in and says 4th down and half a yard. So we'll see. UNLV is basically Georgia right now getting bailed out with bad officiating. What? Hell yeah, go Army. I know it's a week early, but go Army beat Navy. Thank you, Mark Salyers. Rob Falter says, diehard Texas fan, I love your channel. Won't mind losing you tomorrow as long as we can beat you in January when it matters. Keep up the great content. You make a good point. It's a weird feeling for the SEC championship game. Well, a lot of these conference championship games. Well, for the SEC and the Big Ten championship game, it's going to be a weird feeling when you're watching it, because unlike past years, all 4 teams in those 2 games are in the playoffs, win or lose. So it is a little weird that way. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. He says, the last time Army did this much damage to New Orleans, the Corps of Engineers didn't fix the levees before Katrina.
Damn.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Damn, that's ruthless.
Thank you, Mark, Rob, and Andrew for the super chats. I appreciate that. Yeah, I thought it was first down. They're reviewing it. I think it should be a first down. It looked like a first down to me. Yeah, Miami don't know nothing about no conference title. 20 years in the ACC, 0 conference titles for Miami. I mean, that's abject failure and absolute poverty, what that is. What's the one scenario Georgia doesn't make playoffs? There is no scenario for Georgia not making the playoffs. I like this tight end Louder for Boise. He's really good. Yeah, he's a big body. That's what you want in a tight end. Georgia loses to Texas. Could happen. It'd be a good game, I think. Could happen. If they fuck up the call, Boise fans can just throw trash on the field. Works for Texas fans. Lou never played football, so why should we listen to him? You should ask yourself that same question. I don't know what you mean by the word never, but I have played football before, bud. But if I hadn't never played football, it wouldn't change the facts, which are, I talk football for a living, and you listen to me. Those are the facts. Whether I played football or not is irrelevant, which I did. I did. In fact, I played for Boise State, retard. I played for Boise State. Now apologize to me, you fucking idiot. Apologize to me or I'm putting you in timeout for 10 seconds. That'll teach you a lesson. Where'd you go, you stupid fuck? What was that idiot's name that said that? AD. Guy ain't even got a name. Ain't got nothing but a set of fucking initials. I'm putting you in timeout for 1 minute. I'm putting you in timeout for 1 minute. I want you to think about what you did. And when you come back in here, I want you to apologize to Lou for telling me I never played football when you were clearly wrong and I played for Boise State. Oh. Droovy, thank you for that in advance. How much money did Justice Terry get from Texas? $1 more than Georgia was willing to pay him. But one of the dumbest things fans are doing right now in the world of college football is pretending that every player that signs with their team does it because they love football and they want to do it the right way or whatever. And every player that signs with somebody else is just a money-hungry idiot who doesn't care about winning. Y'all need to stop with that. Y'all need to stop with that. Georgia's out here buying players just like everybody else is. Army for the Natty. Unfortunately for Army, you have to get in the playoffs to win the Natty, and Army's not getting in the playoffs. What position did you play, Lou? I was a corner. Don't say buying players. It sounds weird. Well, everyone is paying NIL money. Does that sound better to you? Everybody is paying NIL money for high school recruits, portal players, and to keep players currently on their roster. But it's just funny that every fan base that wants a player and that player picks their team, then that player loves football. That player is choosing what, they're choosing culture over money or whatever it is y'all say. And then when they choose another team, it's, well, they don't care about winning or development. They're just chasing the money. They're all chasing the money. Even the ones that end up on your team, they're all chasing the money. Oregon football established 1894 and still at 0 titles. That is true. That is true. Could change soon, but as of right now, that is true. Serious note, Lou, anniversary of when I lost my mom was recently. Oddly, a day later, your video that you posted about your mom a few years back showed up on my feed. Beautiful video, sir. Whoa, Todd. Sorry about your mom again. The anniversary, my mom's birthday was 3 days ago, or would have been 3 days ago. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're going through, but just keep your head up, man. I don't know, I don't know what I do that helps people, but I do. If something I'm doing is helping, then I'm happy to do that. Yeah. My mom's. This is 4 or 5 years ago, so Boise quarterback draw, touchdown. Fuck, man, Unlv is letting me down. Unlv is really letting me down. Good thing Indiana's not letting me down. The Pacers are winning by 13 at halftime. That's great news. Hopefully the Pay Lou movement can finish today with its head above water. I'm up $271 for the week. Right here. I'm up 271 for the week. These are the 3 bets I have tonight. Indiana Pacers -2.5. Army Tulane under 45.5. UNLV +4.5. And UNLV is not doing me any favors right now, that's for sure. I'll just say that. They're not doing me any favors. UNLV is not any good. What does that mean? Hey y'all, head football coach from Boise circa 1984 here. Stop mistreating my second string corner. He was one of the last white corners to exist. Go Lou. Hey, thank you, coach. I appreciate you showing up in the comments and going to bat for me. Because some of these typer trolls in here seem to have it twisted. So thank you, Coach Plunkett, for coming to my defense in that. I appreciate that. I do. Appreciate that. Army still up 14-0 over Tulane. Tulane's backed up inside their own 5-yard line, but they pick up 8 or 9 yards on first down out to about the 13 or 14. Second and short coming up for Tulane. 3:40 to go until halftime in that one. Boise, extra point is good. They're now up 14-0 over UNLV with 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. I don't understand. You played for Boise State, yet you're supporting UNLV. Scummy. UNLV is my home away from hometown team. Lou is secretly the head coach of UNLV. It's not even a secret. That's the thing. It's not even a secret. That's why I'm on the headset. Right, I'm on the headset calling in plays. See? All right, we got a score here, guys. We've let them have their fun. Now, we're doing good defensively in terms of limiting Albertius, Worthington, Smithton. But we got to do something offensively. So, offensive coordinator, man, I'm going to need you to start calling some plays that work as opposed to those plays you were calling earlier, which didn't work. And this is why I make the big bucks, so make it happen. Thank you. Droovy, thank you, too. Droovy, thank you. I just had a meeting with my offensive coordinator, so we should see something drastically different here on this next drive. Head coach Malachi Moore would approve. Malachi Moore's not half the head coach I am. I can't tell the Boise players from the turf. I can't watch the screen for more than 15 seconds at a time without getting a massive fucking headache because these gimmicky motherfuckers won't put a normal field up there. If Army wins, should next week be Navy versus Air Force? No. What? No. No. My mama says Oregon is angry because they got all them uniforms and no natties. If Oregon had as many natties as they do uniforms, they'd have more natties than Bama. If Army wins, should next week be Navy versus Air Force? Yeah, no. Next week should be Army versus Navy. Navy and Air Force already played, says VicTube. Hey Lou, Smurf Turf here, feeling a little blue. But if you think you're feeling a little blue, you should see how you look. Holy fuck, man. You look worse than that. And that's pretty fucking blue. I just don't get it. Why is a blue artificial turf a badge of honor? Can someone explain it to me? Well, I think 25 years ago, when no one knew who or what Boise State was or whatever, it was a way to get noticed. Hey, that's that team with the blue field or whatever. But for the last 15 years, they've been a pretty legitimate football program. They don't need this fucking gimmick anymore. And it's unwatchable on TV. It's just unwatchable. You can't stare at this shit for 4 hours. I can't. Fuck it. I can't look now. I'm going to look over here at the Army Tulane game for a while instead and just pretend that other TV's not even up there. It gives me... Looking at this blue turf gives me more of a headache than reading troll comments does. And that's really saying something. You know, that's really saying something. I don't know what it's saying, but it's saying something. Boise State set to kick off with a 14-point lead, 2:47 to go in the second quarter. Kickoff returned out to the 10, 15, 20, has some room across the 30, 35, 40, down at the 42. So a 42-yard kickoff return out to the 42-yard line. Seems like my phone call to Unlv during the commercial break might have straightened this shit show out here. See, when I make the call, I fucking get results. That was a great kickoff return by Unlv. Now they're going to capitalize on this great field position and go on down and score in that. And it's not going to be any problem for them to go ahead and do that. It's not going to be any problem. Shotgun, 3 wide. 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off, trying to get to the corner. Turns upfield, runs over a couple of guys, and then shoved out of bounds. Flag. Are they going to get Unlv for holding? God damn it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Can't have nothing. Stop with the holding. Stop with the holding, man. Come on, man. Lou, I live in Texas, ready to fly that UJ flag tomorrow after we stomp that shorthorn ass again. Go Dogs, says Casey. I think it's going to be a great game. Pistol formation now on 1st and 20 after a pointless holding call. They're going to keep it on the ground again. Pretty good gain. Gets about the 10 yards back that they lost. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now coming up for Boise. Blame Mike Bobo. I do blame Bobo. I blame Bobo for being 10-2 against the hardest schedule in the country, playing in the SEC championship game, and being on the way to the playoffs. I blame Bobo for all of that. Texas, I think, wins, not feeling confident, but I think they win by 3, says Dripped Up Vol. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm in Atlanta for the game. Can't wait for it, says DK. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game tomorrow, Georgia and Texas. I think Oregon-Penn State might end up being a good game, too. Arizona State and Iowa State, I've got no clue. I think Arizona State's going to win, but the Big 12 has been a complete crapshoot conference this year. It's hard to pick anything over there. So I really don't have any clue how that game's going to go. I picked Arizona State because they've been hot, but I don't have any confidence in what's going to happen there. I do think the SEC championship game will be good and will be close. I do think the Big 10 game could be close. And I think SMU will beat Clemson by a couple of scores. Fire Bobo. What? Fire you. How do I do that? Is there an option here where I can fire somebody? Let me see. Channel activity. Go to channel. Report. Remove. Put user in timeout. Hide user. No, there's no option to just fire you. Is there any chance there's no chance you'd give me your boss's phone number, is there? There's no chance you would give me your boss's phone number, I don't guess. If I can't fire you, I'm calling. Get you fired? Yeah, you need to fire this guy. Why? He wants to fire Bobo. Yeah. Lou, why are you wearing that unloved hat? We all love you. No, this is my Unlv hat. Unlv is my home away from hometown team. All playoff games before the Natty should be on campus. I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against that at all. Yes, Lou, fire Bobo, so can we hire him to call plays at Ohio State? How many active OCs out there have a higher average scoring offense over the internet? Not very many. Not very many. Any head coach should wear their team's hat during games. When Penn State beats... That's right, Gamecock, man. That's right. As coach, I'm wearing my team's hat. How many yards does Atticus Jennings have so far? Not many. would be my guess. Let me look for you. But he's been pretty well shut down today. NCAA football. Box score. Albertius Gent Worthington Smith has 12 carries for 52 yards. Man, come on, man. Every time I look up here is some dumb shit. Now, here we go. 3rd and 15 now. This fucking Unlv hadn't gained a fucking yard since their goddamn kick return. In fact, they've lost 5. They had a kick return out to the 40. Somehow now they're back on their own 35. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's making me mad in that. It's kind of making me mad in that. All right, Lou, I'm tired of this shit. Start calling the plays for Unlv, please. I tried that. Shit didn't work. They're not listening to me. I'm going to have to fire the coordinators. Maybe at halftime. Army's going to score again here. Look at this shit. They're up 14-0 with 1:50 to go in the first half. And they're in the red zone again. The last time these two teams played, it was like 34-27 or something like that was the score. Lou, at what point does Jake Paul start fighting dead people? Yeah, well, that's probably next on his list. What do you think the spread would be, Tennessee at Ohio State? Boy. Ohio State might be favored. By 4 or 5 points, maybe. I think Ohio State would probably be a small favorite. Lou down bad betting on NBA games. I'm up $271 this week. Dummy. That must be projection. You must be down bad. And I took Indiana Pacers -1.5, and they're up 8 in the third quarter. So, turns out instead of being down bad, I'm up good. Google what that means. Metal Rules says, my friend, I was wrong the other day. Albertian Gent Worthington Smith was 324 yards away from the single season record, and as a middle school running back, I support his Heisman argument. Yeah, I think it's going to be Travis Hunter for Heisman. I think Albertius Gent Worthington Smith is a finalist and will be at the ceremony. I do think that. The hell happened here? How in the hell? Oh. Yeah. I love reading the AI chat summary. Viewers are providing a live running commentary on the football game, including observations, criticisms, and questions about the performance of the teams and players. At least it didn't say y'all were trolling the host. Remember that one time the AI chat summary thing said viewers are constantly trolling the host of this live stream or whatever? I was like, man, fuck you, AI. Fuck you and your chat summary. Y'all remember that? Were y'all in here when it said that time? Lou, who is the 4 players who will be at the Heisman? Did they say it was 4? Where'd you hear that? Because, it's no set number. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5. The only 3 I would invite would be Travis Hunter, Albertius Gent Worthington Smith, and Cam Ward. Those would be the 3 that I would invite. Woo, when will Jake Paul challenge Lou Holtz to a boxing match? Well, Jake Paul is fighting the winner of Lou Holtz and Ryan Day. 3rd and 15, Boise State picks up positive yardage, which is a minor miracle, but it is going to bring up 4th down with 1:23 to go. 4th and 6. Probably have to kick it away. If you shouldn't be typing, maybe that is a sign that you shouldn't be typing. Yeah. I would support him not typing. Does a first round exit fire Ryan Day? Should it? Boy, those are tough questions. I wouldn't fire Ryan Day, even if he loses the first round game. But if Ohio State decides to fire him, I can completely understand why. But if it was my decision to make, I wouldn't do it. Army just scored again. They're going to go up 21-0 with 1:40 to go in the first half. Are you streaming the Big 12 title game? I don't know. Let me read the bottom of the screen real quick. Saturday streams. 8 p.m. YouTube, 4 p.m. Patreon. I think that answers the question. That answers the question in the negative, actually. Because I think the Big 12 game is on at noon, isn't it? I think the Big 12 game's at noon, the SEC game's at 4, and then the ACC and the Big 10 at 8. Imagine if Tennessee blew out Ohio State. All right, 1st and 10 for Boise after that Unlv punt, which I'm a little angry about. Great move in the backfield by Albertius Worthington Smith to turn a 2-yard loss into a 4-yard gain. Coming up on a minute to go until halftime. 2nd and 5 for Boise. They're up 14-0. Ryan Day looks like a 1970s G.I. Joe with the commander voice. Tennessee or Ohio State, who you got? Boy. I'm probably going to take the home team, whoever that happens to be. I guess it looks like it's going to... Uh-oh, there goes Gent Worthington Smith. Could be gone. He is gone. That's about an 80-yard touchdown run at the end of the first half. Wow. They did such a good job for most of that first half. They had him 50 yards, and now he's got 130 after that one run. Not looking good for Unlv. First trip to the Bends tomorrow. We'll be cheering on the dogs from the Texas side, but don't worry, I will be watching LouTube for better health. Have fun, Shark, man. It'll be a great game to go to. A great game to go to. My friend, I was wrong the other day. Read that. All right, I think I'm all caught up there. Guess Boise hanging with Oregon actually means something. Well, no one game means anything based on no. I mean, these two teams played a month ago, and it was 34-27. So, I mean, no one game proves something right or wrong from some other game. I think you're kind of looking at it wrong. You can't pick them, Lou? Can't pick what? Lou, is it 88 and sunny in August like the Ohio State man said? No, in August down here, it's 108 and sunny. Lou, you got to call some crazy plays ASAP. Did you see Lou Holt's post-game interview after the Ohio State loss? He said Ohio State is, in fact, softer than baby food. Ryan Day has been crying more than Dabo Swinney in their pet rock after a loss. I did not see Lou Holt say that Ohio State is, in fact, softer than baby food, and I would be shocked if Lou Holtz actually said that. Yeah. Can Alberti and Worthington Smith do it on green grass, though? Yeah, he's done it on green grass multiple times this season. Yeah. Yeah. He has. Squib kick for Boise. Unlv is going to return it up to the 42-yard line again, which is great. Problem is, their last possession started from the 42 and ended at their own 30. All they did was lose yards. Now, now I'm mad. Tulane has scored a garbage fucking for no reason touchdown with like 30 seconds to go in the first half. It's just fucking ruined my fucking under bet. Let's hear the halftime speech, Woo. We need a halftime speech. I'm not doing no fuck Lou Unlv. Lou won't believe Knox 26 degrees, Columbus 27. Yeah, these idiots up in Columbus, Ohio and South Bend, Indiana that have never been anywhere other than their own zip code think that every day down here is like 95. You know what it is? And here's what they keep telling me. What's the Miami Dolphins record in the playoffs up north? A, the Dolphins are fucking dog shit. That's number one. B, Miami is not the whole fucking South. Yes, in Miami, it is 85 degrees every fucking day of the year. Yes, that's not the case everywhere else. You fucking retards up in cream of wheat land have never left your own fucking zip code, and you think it's fucking 90 degrees and sunny year round in Athens, Georgia, or Knoxville, Tennessee, or Columbia, South Carolina, or Columbia, Missouri, or Tuscaloosa, or whatever the fuck. You're so fucking stupid and retarded, it's hard to fathom. It's hard to fucking fathom. It's cold as fuck here. Unlv throws an interception just for fun. Ten seconds to go until halftime. Boise up 21-0. Hey Lou, FBI here. Hey Lou, FBI here. Were you in NYC this week? No. First of all, fuck health insurance companies. But number two, that doesn't mean somebody should go gun down the CEO. That's obviously taking it way too far. Yeah, way too far. Yeah, neither one of these games are worth watching. Might have to shut this shit show down. The South is 95 plus degrees with 80% humidity in the summer, below freezing in the winter. You can't tell these idiots up north that. They don't understand anything. All they think is it's 90 degrees and sunny down here every fucking day. That's all but you know, they're just mentally retarded. They're mentally retarded. Did they find the shooter? I don't think so. Not that I've heard. Yeah, I mean, Ohio State might beat Tennessee because maybe Ohio State's better than Tennessee. But that thought's never crossed the Ohio State man's mind. Ever. Ohio State's so used to getting beat by the SEC that it hasn't even crossed their mind that they might just be better than Tennessee and can just win the game. Same thing with Notre Dame fans. I think Tennessee has a real good chance at Ohio State. If we win, it will probably be by 3, says Dripped Up Vol. Ohio State is the best team in the country. It could be. They're definitely one of the most talented. Hey, Lou, do you want to watch SmackDown? No, I'm grown, buddy. I don't watch wrestling. Most Notre Dame players are from warm states, says Rudy Wins. Yeah, I got in an argument with a fucking Rudy on Twitter. And I'm like, well, I guess you're telling me Riley Leonard won't be able to complete a pass in the playoff game then, because I think he's from Alabama, right? He played at Duke. So, what? You're telling me your quarterback's not going to be able to complete a pass if it's 25 degrees? Well, that's different. Yeah, of course it's different. You're retarded and I'm not. That's being the main difference. Not all of us northern sucknuts think that. Yeah, I know, Nick, but enough of you do to where I feel comfortable just lumping y'all all in together with that, unfortunately. Most Notre Dame players from warm state, yep. Just for education, Miami's not in the South, it's northern Cuba. There's some truth to that. Hey, Lou, FBI here. Yeah, I don't. Am I being detained or am I free to go? As a rational Ohio State fan, we will win nothing with Ryan Day as head coach. No matter the talent, good luck to your Bulldogs. Much love. P.S. It's too cold to type. Blaming the weather. Thank you, Lance. Thank you, Lance. Oh, boy. Who's Cody Rhodes? I don't know. You're not arrested, but you can't leave. No, I didn't ask if I was arrested. I asked if I'm detained or am I free to go. Lou, if Georgia loses and goes one and done, would you root for Oregon for the rest of the playoff? I wouldn't root for anybody. I would bet on some of the games. And in any game that I happen to bet on, I would want the team I bet on to win or cover or whatever, but I wouldn't pick a team to root for. No one wants to watch Hulk Hogan go away. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about no wrinkled up Hulk Hogan. So all of a sudden it's just Ohio State fans saying the South teams can't win in the North. Ohio State fans and Notre Dame fans. I don't see Penn State fans saying it. That doesn't mean they're not, But I haven't seen any Penn State fans saying there's no way no Southern team can win it. That's been an Ohio State talking point for 20 years. The whole, Ohio State fans think the only reason they're 2-15 all time against the SEC in the postseason is because what games are played in domes or something. It's just fucking weird. Hey Lou, I'm pulling a Ryan Day right now and choking. I had a 4-win lead going into tonight in a season-long money league against the spread, 1K cash prize. Going into this final week, I'm about to go 0-3 tonight, and my opponent's 2-1. Oh no, $1,000 on the line, man. You got to turn that around. I don't have nearly that on the line, but I am having a good week. I'm up 271. But you can see I don't bet that much per game. 20, 30, 40, sometimes $50 a game, stuff like that. Like these 3 bets here, 25, 23, 23. But so far for the week, I'm up 271. So that's pretty good for me. That's pretty good for me. Chat summary update. Let me see if I can make it trigger one. It's not always there. Sometimes if I refresh, it'll show one. Here you go. Viewers are discussing the weather and its impact on the upcoming football game. Some are also discussing the ongoing drama between Ohio State and Tennessee fans, as well as the possibility of Oregon beating Ohio State in the national championship game. That's what the chat AI just told me.
Jeez, that was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot. When Tennessee played versus Ohio State in 1995, it was a rainy game for both teams. I wonder if they blamed the weather. Of course they did. Ohio State has never lost a game because the other team was better, ever. Just ask them, they'll tell you. They'll be happy to tell you. I'm at the Boise game, Lou. How is Genty not Heisman? Well, no one's Heisman. They haven't given the award away. I mean, I think he'll be a finalist. I would, if I was voting, it would be Travis Hunter 1, Albert Worthington Smith 2, Cam Ward 3. That would be my vote. But I don't vote, so that's just my opinion on it. The only thing funnier than Tennessee beating Ohio State would be Ohio State beating Tennessee. Well, I tell you right now, Ohio State versus Tennessee is a dream matchup for me from a YouTube point of view. That I can tell you. If Tennessee loses, then 1998, you're never going to win anything. You're still on. They'll still be on the we're back list, like never-ending laughing and pointing all off season long. If Tennessee loses. If Ohio State loses, you lost to the SEC again. Ryan Day doesn't know what he's doing. You're soft. And here's what's funny. And don't you notice it's true? The whole thing about Ohio State being soft is so prevalent now that it literally doesn't matter how Ohio State loses a game. Ohio State could have 400 yards rushing in a game, give up 0 yards rushing, but somehow lose, and people would come on and go, told you, Ohio State soft as fuck. Like, it's become such a running joke now about Ohio State being soft that it doesn't matter really whether they're soft or not. If they lose, people are going to say, well, still fucking soft. UNLV coming back? I don't know, man. It doesn't look good, Harry. It doesn't look good. I'll tell you this, though. I'm going out there in January. And if this shit continues in the second half, then when I go out there in January, heads are going to roll. I'm going out there and I'm firing people on site. I'm going out there January 25th. And if this is the best they can do today, which is just not show up at all, then when I go out there on January 25th, we're going to have a meeting of the minds. And by minds, I mean mine way or the highway. Yeah. Fire the coach or whatever else I need to do. Lance Jones, thank you for the super chat. He says, Ohio State will beat Tennessee only if the moon is positioned 10 degrees to the left with slight wind, Jake from the southeast at 2 miles per hour. Being Supreme, thank you for the super chat. He says, hey Lou, what's your thoughts on Auburn giving their 4th straight losing season and staring down the barrel of a 5th? How can the Barn fix this? Well, they got to get a quarterback. I do think the Auburn's got some talent. They've recruited well now 2 years in a row. And they're going to hit the portal hard again. But they have got to hit on quarterback in the portal. They can't miss. You know, every year you got a few teams that hit and a few teams that miss when it comes to big portal players like quarterbacks, right? Florida State with DJ Uiagalelei. Huge miss. Miami with Cam Ward. Huge hit. So if they hit at the quarterback position, Auburn won't miss a bowl game next year. And they may do more than that, but they need a quarterback bad, real bad. We're backlist replacements: Nebraska, USC. Nebraska would be eligible, right? USC, I believe, won the Pac-12 in like 2016 or something, so they're not technically eligible yet. Nebraska, though, I don't think has won a conference title in a long time, so they're probably eligible. They're probably eligible. But as of right now, nobody's off the We're Back list. Now, all we know for sure is that Florida and Miami will be on it again next year. Notre Dame and Tennessee still have a chance to come off, but they have to win a playoff game. Remember, it's not make the playoffs. It's you either have to win your conference or win a playoff game. Neither of those teams has a chance to win their conference. So they're going to have to win a playoff game to come off the list. Is Penn State eligible for the list? They won the Big Ten in 2016. Mike Gundy officially fired. Really? Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. I'll be interested to see where Oklahoma State looks. Maybe they go get Summerall from Tulane. They might get Summerall from Tulane. Why does making the playoffs not count? It did count when we had a 4-team playoff, but not under a 12-team playoff, because it's not fair to take somebody off for making a 12-team playoff when we weren't going to take the 7th, best team off when we had a 4-team playoff. So under a 12-team playoff, you either have to win your conference or win a playoff game. Under a 4-team playoff, chances are you won your conference. Well, not always. There were multiple national title winning teams in the playoffs that didn't win their conference. Bama in 2017, Georgia in 2021. Lou's flat feet slowed him down at the combine. You leave my flat feet alone. Leave my flat feet alone. Roger says, happy holidays. Yeah, happy holidays, Roger. Whose defense do you think is better, Penn State or Tennessee? Boy. That's close. That's close. Boy. I really don't know. Penn State's defense is good. I mean, Tennessee's is too, but it's not an easy... Because somebody in the chat's going to go, Tennessee and it's not close. Or Penn State and it's not close. Of course, it's very close. I don't know. They're both really good. Both. I think they're both better than Georgia, if that tells you anything. I think actually Tennessee and South Carolina. I'm not talking about stats. You can find a stat to prove anything. I'm just talking about watching these teams play. I think Tennessee and South Carolina, two of the best defenses in the SEC this year. I think Oklahoma had a good defense. I think Bama at times had a good defense. Georgia at times. Texas. Yeah, Texas. I keep forgetting about Texas and Oklahoma. Texas, Tennessee, and South Carolina are probably the three best defenses in the SEC this year. Three best defenses in the Big Ten: Penn State, Oregon, and Ohio State. I hope the Indiana Pacers are winning at least. Might be the only thing that saves me today. Pacers are up 3. We've got Indiana minus 1.5. Texas A&M worst team at getting 1 yard. Best offenses in SEC. Now that's harder to figure out because a lot of the offenses were a little down this year in the SEC. Ole Miss, I think you have to have on the list of best offenses in the SEC. Probably Ole Miss. It's probably Ole Miss. Ohio State lost because their Southern players couldn't handle the cold. The quarterback play in the SEC this year was below, I think, where it has been in a lot of years recently. Now, you have some good quarterback, like Lenore Sellers was a good surprise this year at quarterback. Jackson Dart played well for the majority of the year at quarterback. But like Florida, injuries, 2 or 3 different starting quarterbacks. Oklahoma, 2 or 3 different starting quarterbacks. Mildew, way too up and down at Bama. Carson Beck, way too up and down at Georgia. Brady Cook at Missouri. People just completely forgot about him. He had kind of a down year. What's the guy's name at Arkansas? He had a few good games, but nothing great. Auburn was a disaster at quarterback. Nussmeier at LSU, I think, is really good, but he underperformed at times this year. Texas A&M played multiple quarterbacks this year. I think Ewers had a solid year. He was out a couple of games with an injury, but I think Ewers has had a solid year. He may not have had the stats maybe that put him in like top 5 of most yards or whatever you wanted to look at or whatever, but he's been pretty solid. Like Ewers hasn't had a game like Beck where he throws 3 interceptions, or a game like Jalen Milroe where he just looks like he's never seen a football before. Ewers was pretty consistent. He might not be the best quarterback in the country, but you knew what you were going to get every week out of Ewers. What the fuck happened to Utah? Injuries again. Teams like Utah, Kansas, teams like that aren't supremely talented and are led by their quarterback, when their quarterback goes down, it's a huge, massive fucking problem. Who will Michigan hire as OC? Whoever Underwood tells them to. How many games has Cam Rising played over the last 6 years? That's a good question. That's a good question. LSU is the best team in the country. Bobo to Michigan? What? Purdue wins 90 next. Oh, come on. Purdue. Purdue wins Natty. Stop it. Just stop it. Lou, this narrative that Ohio State can't beat the SEC is false. Ryan Day can't beat anyone with equal talent. Well, no, the narrative that Ohio State can't beat the SEC is not false, and it predates Ryan Day by 100 years. Ohio State's been getting beat by the SEC for 100 years, regardless of who the coach is. But they're 2-14 all time in the postseason against the SEC, and that goes back 80, 90 years. Who's better, 22 Tennessee or 24 Tennessee? Well, the offense was clearly better in 22, and the defense is clearly better in 24. What you need to do is combine those two teams, and then you can win a natty. You'd be like Georgia in 22. 21, Georgia's offense wasn't great, but they had their defense. I mean, you couldn't get a first down against Georgia's defense in 21. But 22, Georgia had a really good defense and a really good offense, and it beat the fuck out of everybody they played. 15-0, won the natty by 60 points, the whole deal. If you could combine that 22 Tennessee offense and the 24 Tennessee defense, you'd have a team like that. Might not be quite on that same level, but it'd be close. I heard Ryan Day may need a job. He could be the OC. There's no way Ryan Day is going to step or get fired as head coach of Ohio State and then take the job as offensive coordinator. I know you're kidding, but that's obviously not going to happen. Urban looks like he needs to scratch an itch real bad. I am surprised he's still not a coach somewhere. I thought he would be by now. Lou wants Billy Napier to be Georgia's assistant coach. Yeah. Right. Ryan Day is offensive coordinator. You've probably answered this a lot, but would you be happy if Carson Beck came back next year? Yes. Now, if I'm okay if he leaves too. If he gets a first or second round grade, he clearly should leave, and I'd be okay with that. But because I just don't know anything about our backup QBs. They just haven't played. I mean, Rashada played a little bit at Arizona State a couple of years ago on a really bad team. Gunnar Stockton really hasn't played any meaningful time since high school, and that was 4 years ago. So I don't know what's back there. Now, one or both of them may be really, really good. I don't know. But I was talking about how Quinn Ewers might not have the best stats in the world, and he might not be winning the Heisman or blah, 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 but he's consistent. You know what you're going to get, that kind of thing. At least with Carson Beck, you'd kind of have some of that going for you. But I don't think Carson Beck is going to come back for the record. But if he did, I would be okay with it. It's not like Jake Fromm after his junior year when I was literally begging Fromm to leave and go pro. Second half underway. Starts out with an Albertius Gent Worthington Smith gain of 9. So they're about to put this thing in low gear and run UNLV off the field for the entirety of this second half is what's going to happen. If you were a high school recruit and you got an offer from UGA as a 4th-string corner, but you got an offer from Florida as a starter at wide receiver, what you taking? Well, first of all, offers don't work that way. They don't offer you to come be a 4th-string anything. Anybody that takes a scholarship offer from any team does so expecting to play. So you don't get to be good enough as a football player to get scholarship offers from Georgia if in your mind you don't think you're good enough to play. So the premise of the question is, I have a problem with the premise of the question. No one takes a scholarship expecting to be 4th string. Urban ran out of medical excuses in 20-year bimbos. Did y'all see the picture of Urban Meyer during the Michigan-Ohio State game last Saturday? Did y'all see that? You know the one I'm talking about? Sitting by himself at a bar in the middle of the Ohio State-Michigan game? Yeah, that was a weird picture. Ashton has almost over 150. Well, yeah, he had 80 of it on one run at the end of the first half. UNLV actually did a good job bottling him up for the first half until 20 seconds to go in the first half, and he hit an 80-yard touchdown run with 20 seconds to go. They had him held to about 52 yards in the first half until that 80-yard run. Rare Boise State punt here. So, unless UNLV can go down and score, though, it's not going to fucking matter. UNLV's got to get something going offensively. Is this a Yankees hat? Yes. Saban went 11-0 in the SEC, unlike 2019 LS who? Well, Saban never went undefeated. Never went 15-0. Saban didn't have the ability to go 15-0. Going 11-0 in a COVID year is not cutting it. He never went 15-0. Lou, how good was Barry Sanders' rushing season? Did you witness it? I was a little too young to remember watching it. I was more of a Barry Sanders fan during his NFL years. I was a little young to be watching college football when he was in college. Is Jenny going to win the Heisman with this? Most of the Heisman votes have already been cast. The Heisman ballots were sent out on December 2nd. So most everybody's already voted. Thanksgiving was incredible watching Barry every year. Yeah. Unfortunately, he played on a terrible team. Lou, do you think the college football playoff should reseed after the first round? It seems off that the one seed should have the hardest path. I don't know about reseeding or what. I think they need to relook at how they're doing the buys, though. If Ryan Day was at FSU, they would have same record. I don't know about that, man. Ryan Day's a better coach than Mike Norvell. Come on. Yeah, I don't believe that at all, actually. I don't believe that at all. Any UJ portal pickup rumors? Well, no one's in the portal, so there really aren't any, can't be any portal pickup rumors. The portal doesn't open for another couple of days. Lou, West Virginia getting close to Rich Rod. Any thoughts after his successful year at Jacksonville State? Didn't he already coach there? What happened to the FSU fans? Oh, they're still around. Yeah, they're still around. Just not quite as loud as they were in the off-season. They're thinking about bringing Rich Rod back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not big on recycling old ideas. First and 10 for Army. They're up 21-7. They're going to keep it on the ground, gain of about 2 or 3. First and 10 for UNLV. They're in desperate need of some offense. Unfortunately, they appear to be unable to find any. Second and 10 coming up now for UNLV. They're down 3 touchdowns. You see what Brent K said about rewatching UGA? No, I did not. I did not. I still can't believe how FSU got in a year. Oh, how bad they got in a year? Yeah. A massive failure of a fucking season. There's no other way to describe it. Second and 10 for UNLV on their own 25. Back to throw. Screen pass, but no blocking. Makes a couple of people miss just out of pure effort, but still going to be short of the first down. Third and about 5 coming up. Speed reading, Uncle Lou's super ability. Impressive. FSU fans whining like they didn't get lucky in 2014. FSU should have no playoff appearances. They were undefeated, bud. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say somebody's lucky to make the playoffs when they made the playoffs undefeated in 2014. Uncle Lou, you're still extending bets on Cash App for the Georgia-Texas game. What kind of bet you want to make? And then and then Oregon beat that ass in the Rose Bowl. Yeah, Florida State had the first ever playoff loss in college football history. Will FSU sue to Ooga Badoogie? The fans were talking about suing their own NIL collective to get their donation money back because they wasted it on Oogie Badoogie. So kind of, in a roundabout way, yes, they are suing Oogie Badoogie. But really, they want to sue their own NIL collective for, like, fraud. 4th and 1, UNLV getting desperate, goes for it. I think they got it, and they did, but barely. Barely. Pulling out all the stops here early in the third quarter, going for it on 4th and 1 from their own 34. And when I say he barely got it, I mean he barely got it. Pushed forward at the end by a fat lineman. Needed to get to the 35, got exactly to the 35. 1st and 10, UNLV. Play action pass, throw, incomplete, off the mark. Not a good throw. 2nd and 10. Boise State looking camouflage with the uniforms on blue field. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Uh-oh. It's going to be 1st and goal, Army from the 5. Second and 10 for Boise State, for UNLV on their own 35. They're down 21-0. They're just getting humiliated here. Quarterback run for 2 fucking yards. 3rd and long. 2014 playoffs were legendary, winning the Natty with the 3rd string QB. Yeah, that's right. Ohio State did do that. Yeah. What was the quarterback's name that ended up winning that? He went on to play tight end or something in the NFL, didn't he? What was his name? Was it Cardell Jones? Is that who it was? Touchdown Army. It's going to be 28-7 now. Cardell Jones. Okay. You want to bet $20 on the Georgia-Texas game? Lou, I'll take Texas straight up. Now, why would I do that when I can get 2.5 points anywhere else? So, no, you have to give me the 2.5 points. Wow, Boise State just dropped what would have been a wide open interception. Army rolling. Yeah, they're up big. Real big. Lou, why are you wearing a UNLV hat? They're my home away from hometown team. Braxton Miller was the starter. JT Barrett was the backup. And then Cardell Jones. Yeah, that's right. That's right. UNLV's got to punt it away, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So with 9:51 to go, Boise State will get the ball back up 21-0. Do you think John Hopeful was a good hire, especially after what happened before? Yeah. I mean, he's the best coach they've had since Fulmer. Lou, who do you think would win South Carolina versus Boise State? South Carolina. What do you think about the Bill Belichick news? I think South Carolina or North Carolina would be stupid to hire Bill Belichick. I think it would work out about as well as Herm Edwards at Arizona State worked out. Lou got a free hat after losing all his money on the blackjack table in Vegas. No, I actually went to the mall today and bought this hat specifically for this game. Yeah. What do you think about the Bill Belichick? We read that 2014 Labor Day. Brent Key said. I saw JT Barrett get destroyed versus Clemson in the playoffs. Yeah, Tennessee done all right. Better dynasty, Chiefs or Patriots? Patriots, right? I mean, the Chiefs are nowhere near yet what the Patriots did. I mean, they're on the way, but the Chiefs dynasty, we're in the middle of the Chiefs dynasty, but they haven't yet surpassed what New England did. Boise State going to get drug in the playoffs, and then next year they'll stop worth this participation playoff spots. Bet you Texas wins by at least 2 touchdowns. You won't make that bet. You say that, but you won't. There's a 0% chance you'll make that bet. You're either lacking the balls, the money, or both to actually make that bet. Chiefs, refs, dynasty. There, I fixed it. Yeah, I'm not a smooth brain who thinks every time somebody wins a game, it's because the refs helped them. Licking balls, money, Kansas City, Taylor Swifts. Texas isn't winning by 2 touchdowns. It'll be a close defensive game. These Levi's commercials are so dumb. Are they dumber than my comments section? Because I don't watch the commercials. Instead, I read my comments. Maybe I should start watching them. I know the commercials are dumb, but they might actually be less dumb than some of these comments. Didn't one of those incredible athletes lose at Frogger? Georgia going down. Lou did hear Lenore Sellers transferring. Bullcrap by Tennessee J. No, I did not hear that. But I don't get my news from Tennessee J, whoever that is. But that's probably why I didn't hear it. Christian says he's an SMU fan tomorrow. Yeah, Bama needs help. Bama needs help. Bama needs help to back into the playoffs. They need SMU to beat Clemson. Hey, Lou, do you have a gray UNLV mini? I don't have a UNLV mini helmet at all, actually. I'm embarrassed to say, but no. I actually, there is one on the way, though. So, somebody sent me one, which reminds me, I needed to go to the fucking post office, and I forgot. Man, that's bad, too. Fuck. All I can do is hope that they leave it there long enough for me to check it. I'm going to be out of town next week. Damn, I meant to do that today. I was over there too.
Yeah. Can you check just the box itself tomorrow?
Well, yeah, but it's not in there. Yeah, that's the thing. So it's a piece of paper that's in. That's it. Yeah. Damn. I hope they don't send it back. Somebody sent me a UNLV helmet, and I knew I was going over to that part of town today, so I said, well, I'll just wait and go get it today. And then I fucking forgot while I was over there. And I'm leaving Monday morning to go to New Orleans for 4 days. I won't be back till Friday. So hopefully that helmet is still there on Friday. Damn, I feel bad about that. Hi, Degenerate here. Do you have a favorite against a spread pick for tomorrow's games? Not going to hold it against you if you're wrong, but would like to hear your opinion. I like SMU minus 2.5. I think SMU wins by a couple of touchdowns. Clemson has lost to every team they've played this year with a heartbeat. If you look at who Clemson has beaten, they haven't beaten a single good team. They've played 3 good teams. They lost to them all. And they average about 13 or 14 points a game against those 3 teams. Georgia, Louisville, South Carolina. So I like SMU minus 2.5. I like Arizona State minus 2.5, but not as much as I like SMU. You should never take advice from me on Georgia games because I'm a Georgia fan, but I like Georgia plus 2.5. And I like, what's the other one? I like Oregon. I also like the over, I think, in the SEC game and the under in the Big Ten game. Lou, do you think if Georgia beats Texas that they deserve to be in the playoffs? What? If Georgia beats Texas, do they deserve to be in the playoffs? Buddy.
Wow.
Yes. Let me see. They'd be 11-2. They'd have an SEC championship. They'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 wins over top 15 teams. 3 wins over playoff teams. And their 2 losses would be to ranked teams on the road. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes on that. I sent my bet via CASHAPP. Let's see about it. What kind of bet did you make? Texas minus 2.5. Georgia SEC championship. I got it, Garrett. And my new shirt. All right, I got it, Garrett. Garrett, are you on Patreon? You're on Patreon, aren't you, Garrett? So are you going to be watching the game on the Patreon stream tomorrow? What I'm getting at is just remind me, because just remind me. Send me an email if after the game, if you win the bet, send me an email. All right? And then I'll pay you by Sunday morning. It's going to be about 8 o'clock by the time the game ends. And then I'm going right to the YouTube stream for the ACC and the Big Ten game. So if Texas wins the bet, just email me. You know my email address. It's in the description of the video. If Texas wins by more than 2.5, just email me. Say, hey, we had a bet on the Texas-Georgia game. It's in your Cash App. And that'll be my reminder to pull up the Cash App and send you your money. I think losing title teams should bump the ones watching on TV. Penn State loses by at least a touchdown tomorrow. This is from a Penn State fan. Lou, you misunderstood. I was asking if Texas deserves to be in. Oh, yeah. I think they would. Yeah, I think they would. 11-2 with a loss in championship game. Yeah, I would say yeah. At least Tennessee went 10-2. Now, I only say that because they beat Texas A&M. Prior to beating Texas A&M, if Texas would have lost to Texas A&M last week, I would have said Texas does not deserve to be in the playoffs because they would have played 2 ranked teams and lost to both of them. But they at least have the win over Texas A&M now, and they earned their way into the SEC championship game. So I think win or lose, Texas should get in. Yeah. Any possible shot Tennessee gets home game? Let's say maybe Penn State gets smoked. I seriously doubt it. UNLV just dropped 2 interceptions in a row. What am I watching here? They can't catch on offense. Now they can't catch on defense too. Are y'all still watching the UNLV game? UNLV just dropped 2 interceptions in a row on back-to-back plays. Look at, how do you not catch that, dude? Holy shit, you should be a wide receiver for Georgia. How do you not catch that, bro? Well, Boise State will have to punt it again, but damn. Fair catch called. Instead, it's going to hit the ground and be down at the 8. UNLV DBs interviewing for Georgia wide receiver. Yeah, y'all talking about the portal earlier. Some of these Boise State DBs are so bad at catching the ball, they might hit the portal and transfer to Georgia to play wide receiver. Yeah. That's all practice. That's all practice. All right, pay Lou on the Indiana Pacers. So we're 1-0 on the day. We are 1-0 on the day. Don't worry, we're about to lose some too. But so far, we are. We're going to lose both of these probably. I had 3 bets today. I'm probably going to go 1-2, but I did manage to win the first one. I had Indiana Pacers minus 1.5. That hit. So we're up to 289 for the week. That's good. Up 289 so far for the week. But I had UNLV plus 4.5. That's looking like a loser. And I had Army Tulane under 45.5. That looks like a loser as well. If they score 2 more touchdowns, it's over. They're at 35 points right now. Another touchdown would be 42. And then any score after that would hit over. And it's still 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. So probably going to lose both of the football bets, hit the NBA bet. So it looks like a 1-2 record today for the Pay Lou movement. But so we'll lose, what, $46? I'll still be up about $250 for the week, even if I lose both of these. So can't win every day. Can't win every day. I had the over, so I can't support the Pay Lou movement. I get it. I understand, man. I understand. I thought Army would slow this thing down a lot more than they have. What really hurt is that Tulane touchdown at the end of the first half. That's it was, what was it, 21-0, and Tulane had the ball with like 40 seconds to go, and they scored basically what amounts to a garbage touchdown on a big play at the very end of the first half. That was no good. 2nd and 4. Tulane's going to be a yard short. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Green Wave. Ben says, that sucks. Colorblind, I get a little lucky with the reads. I never need to start super chatting. It's the best way. I read as many of the comments as I can, guys. I promise I don't ignore that. If y'all been watching the stream tonight, you know I've read hundreds of regular chats. Now, it's impossible for me to read every chat. I do read every super chat. But I do read as many of the regular chats as I can, especially when the games are boring like these two are, you know. I promise I don't like not read the regular chat to try to make people think they have to super chat. Obviously, when I appreciate people who super chat, I mean, you know, that for supporting the channel and all that, but I do read as many of the regular chats as I can. Radically Optimistic says touchdown UNLV. That would be amazing since it's 1st and 10 on their own 9-yard line. Now, if you're lying, you're going to get timed out because we don't do that type of low-level shit in here. You might be right, though. Yep, you're right. There's a 90-yard touchdown run. I was ready to time that. No, don't tell me he ran out of gas. No, man. Fuck. God damn it. Well, I'm not going to time you out because I get what you're ahead of me and you saw him break across midfield like that and you thought he was gone. I did too. But he got hot down from behind, and that's bad news because you know what's going to happen. They're not going to score now. Fuck. They're not going to score now. God damn it. He sure did get hot down behind. Look at him. I guess we can be happy he didn't fumble. Luke, can you kick a PAT? No. No. Let's go UNLV in the red zone. Yeah, we need about 3 or 4 or 5 more trips to the red zone, though. On the ground, they blow it dead. Are they going to back UNLV up now? See, here we go with the bullshit now. I told you, they're not going to score now. Fucking delay a game. Fucking circus fucking penal league shit here. Fucking pee-wee fucking motherfucker. Goddamn delay a game, man, on a fucking handoff on 1st and goal from the 5. Yeah, boy, UNLV is down bad. This is bullshit. 1st and goal from the 10. Now, see, I told you they ain't gonna score now. Dumb shit. They're gonna go for it on 4th down eventually and not get it. Watch. I mean, that would happen. Handoff. Cuts it upfield. Gains a yard, maybe 2. Ah, damn it. Lou does the best at reading his chats a lot better than most channels I have. It's impressive, says Ben Caldwell. I really do read as many as I can. Whatever happened to that UNLV QB that transferred? Well, he couldn't transfer at the time. He just, because the portal wasn't open. He just announced he was sitting out the rest of the season so that he could transfer at the end of the season. So he'll be entering the portal in a couple of days when the portal opens. Another handoff. No, a pass this time on 2nd and goal. This quarterback looks like a deer in fucking headlights. He's got no fucking clue what he's doing on any given goddamn play. I mean, he's absolute dog shit, this quarterback for UNLV. He's one of the worst quarterbacks I've watched play this year. I mean, look, what does he do? He doesn't know what he's doing. Look at him. Holy fuck, 3rd and goal from the 10. I told you, they're not going to score. They're not going to get it here. And then they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're not going to get that either. All because this dumb fuck running back ran out of gas on the 5-yard line. God damn, like a fucking broke down jalopy. You get tackled from behind at the 4. Immediately commit a penalty. So now you're back at the 10. Haven't gained 1 fucking yard. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 10. Quarterback throws. Fucking incomplete again. 4th and goal coming up. God damn, man. UNLV is down fucking bad, man. Fuck UNLV. How much you think Uga's litter would cost? What? Oh, you talking about... Well, Uga can't have a litter. He's male. Unlike humans, the anatomy you're born with matters when you're a dog. So he can't have a litter. You know? Incomplete pass. I mean, didn't even give the receiver a chance. Turnover on downs. Boy, this is absolute dog shit. I mean, he didn't even give the receiver a chance to catch that. This quarterback for UNLV's got to be the worst quarterback on the planet. Has to be. I mean, absolutely got to be. This QB needs to be benched. Big facts, bud. Big facts. Bullshit, yeah. That's fucking bullshit. Lou, if it wasn't for you, I would have turned both these games off at halftime. Not even gonna lie. Lamont, if it wasn't for you, I'd have done the same goddamn thing. If y'all would click off and quit watching, I would turn these games on. No, I'm just kidding. If it doesn't get better soon in either one of these games, though, I probably am going to turn it off. It's going to be a long day tomorrow for me. Look on the bright side, woo, UNLV could have DJU instead. That's true. It could always be worse. You're right. You're right. You hope Gunner starts tomorrow? I hope you're prepared to be extremely disappointed, Dan. What? Why in the hell would you want... Why in the fuck would you want Gunner... What? Dude, Carson Beck's been on fire for the last 4 games. He's thrown 11 touchdowns and 1 interception in the last 4 games. Why in the world would you not want Carson Beck to play tomorrow? What? Man, come on, man. Did your super chat go through? From who? Colorblind? They won't leave Ohio State at 8. They want a natty rematch with Oregon, and the bias committee will save the Big Ten again. The committee is biased for the Big Ten now? I thought the committee was all set up to benefit the SEC and Alabama. Now it's set up to benefit the Big Ten. Damn, the retard level is too damn high. It almost seems like the committee's just ranking the teams where they think they should be ranked, and whoever they happen to have high, you just think they're biased for them for some reason. It's weird how that keeps happening. Colorblind might not be your only problem, now that I think about it. I can't keep up with the biases week to week. Yeah, well, every team that wins, that team paid the refs. The refs were in the pocket of every team that wins every single game. Whoever the committee ranks ahead of someone else, it's either because they're biased for that team or they're ranking that team ahead of somebody to benefit some other team that they're biased for. And the bias changes every single year based on how they rank the teams. So it's really weird. There's 13 people on the playoff committee from all over the country. One of them is from the Southeast. One of them is from the Big Ten. The other 11 are not. All of their votes count the same. I can't get 13 people in the comments section to agree on what the top 12 should be, but you as an individual think that if the committee puts out a top 12 that you specifically disagree with, then it's because they're biased towards whatever team it is you think is ranked higher than they should be. It's really weird. Really weird. The over-under for Army and Tulane was 44.5 is what I got it at. Did somebody just score again? Still 28-7. That's 35 points. I've got under 44.5, so I can only stand one more touchdown. That's it. 2 more touchdowns and I lose. Luckily, Tulane just went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. Turnover on downs in the red zone, so that's good for the pay-Lou movement. I need about 2 or 3 more Army punts and 2 or 3 more Tulane drives that result in no points, and I'll be good. But that's not likely to happen with over an entire quarter still to play. That's right, Nittany, tell them. Nobody's good. Every team's overrated. Nobody's played anybody. The refs are in everybody's pocket. Oh, don't forget that the announcers hate your team. Whoever your team is, the announcers hate them. What else? Any recruit that doesn't pick your school only went to whatever school they went to because all they care about is money. But any recruit that does commit to your school, committed to your school for the right reasons, they love football, they want to be developed, and blah, blah, blah. It had nothing to do with money if they go to your school. Any transfer, we didn't need him. Yeah, yeah. Didn't need him. Didn't need him. Hey, I watched two cornerbacks transfer away from UGA at this time last year. And I watched 90% of the UGA fans go, don't need him. Not any good. Wouldn't play anyway. Good riddance. Both of those corners ended up at Penn State. Both of those corners are starting. And Georgia fans have spent the entire season complaining about their two starting corners, who are terrible, I will admit, are terrible. But you didn't need A.J. Harris, and what's the other guy's name? You didn't need them, right? Now they're both better this year than any DB on Georgia's team. But you didn't need them. Yeah, you didn't need them. Yeah, Jalen Kimber and A.J. Harris, I believe is who it is. They're both better than any corner Georgia has. Caleb Downs had frostbitten hands versus Michigan. I hadn't seen Octavian in a few days. I don't know. He's on Twitter all the time, but I hadn't seen him on YouTube in a while. Still 21-0. No scoring yet in the second half. Boise State up over UNLV by 3 touchdowns. No scoring in the second half. 28-7 to Army up. Army up on Tulane. UNLV with a good play, and guess what? Another fucking penalty. Illegal player downfield. I tell you, they're allergic to success in that. You gonna do hype and hate videos for the playoff? Depending on who Georgia plays in their first playoff game, yes. If it's a team I've already buried 3 or 4 times, then I probably won't do it. If it's a team I've never done before, I definitely will do it. If it's a team I've only done once or twice, we'll see. Bro watches Matt B. Diddy, LMAO. I don't know what that means. Who do you got for next year's? I'm not making predictions on next year's games right now. You don't know which one of your players are graduating, which ones are going to the NFL, which ones are entering the portal, what players you're getting from the portal. Come on, man. We can't be predicting next year's games the night before conference championship games. Come on, man. Tennessee got the best player since Peyton Manning and Draymond Whitaker. I don't know who that is. UNLV is only losing because of the cold weather. UNLV pass incomplete. I mean, he threw it to nobody. I mean, where was he throwing that? The UNLV's quarterback's name is DeJesus. That tracks because he better stick to fucking building shelves or whatever the fuck carpentry shit he was doing, because this football shit ain't working out for DeJesus. He's probably wishing he never came back to life with this kind of performance. UNLV got to punt it away for the 100th time. Would you watch a 13-25 playoffs? What? You mean if they expanded the playoffs to 25 teams, would I watch it? No, I hate college football. The last thing I want to see is more college football games. I wish there was a lot less college football. Uncle Lou, who has the 27th ranked recruiting class? Don't start that, man. Don't start that. I'm serious. Y'all don't start that shit. If they get blown out, Georgia shouldn't make the playoff, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, you're free to be as dumb as you want, bud. Uncle Lou clearly misses the BCS. No, we should just go back to pre-BCS even. 11 regular season games instead of 12. And no attempt at all to have any type of real postseason like 1 versus 2 or anything like that. Just random bowl matchups. And then just newspaper writers voting on a champion at the end. That's, and less games. We need a lot less games. I want less games. The less games, the better.
Wow, really? Less games?
No, not really.
I was going to say.
No, not really.
Oh, you're trolling.
Genty poking UNLV Uncle Lou of Las Vegas fans with a stick saying, "Stop it, he's already dead." No trolling, Droovy. Thank you. Who do you think would win Natty if it's Oregon versus? Can we not? Let's predict games when they come up, not hypotheticals. Let's just wait and see what games actually come up. You don't even know if Oregon and Texas have the ability of playing in the Natty, because what if they're on the same side of the bracket and they can't even both make the Natty game? So, like, the never-ending list of hypotheticals, let's wait till the off-season to do that. But as long as there's actual games to talk about, let's predict the actual games and not make up pretend games. 10 conference games, 1 conference championship game, and 25-team playoff. 25-team playoff. The playoffs would take 2 months. Tennessee would go undefeated easily in the ACC, says Jason Bullock. I saw they're expanding to a 132-team playoff. The top 20 get 4 auto buys. Yeah. That's why you would only have 10 conference games. That's more conference games than we have now. Now we have 8 or 9 conference games, depending on what conference you're in. So that's not 10 conference games isn't less, that's more. Draymond Whitaker about to get Tennessee a national championship. Lou, you're scared I can see in your face. I don't know who that is, but I've been told for 3 years that Nico's about to get Tennessee a national championship. Now you're all just on to the next guy now? Y'all have been doing this since 1998. It's a long time ago, bud. I don't even think you were alive in 1998, were you? You weren't. You weren't even alive last time Tennessee won the SEC. Tennessee ain't beat UJ in forever. 2016. Peyton Manning has a COVID year. Yeah, bring back Peyton Manning. Yeah, I don't even know who this Draymond Whitaker is. I have no idea. Never heard of him. Is he some kind of, what is he, some high school recruit or something that y'all signed this week or what? I really don't know who that is. Favorite punching bag? Probably Tennessee. Still 28-7 in this Army-Tulane game, so there's still a chance for the Pay-Lou movement to pay off in this Army-Tulane. I've got under 44.5. They're at 35 now, so I can only stand one more score. Touchdown. Anything more than one more touchdown would have me down bad on that, but 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I need to dodge 2 scores. Army's got the ball 1st and 10 on their own 43. Albertius Worthington Smith then carries down to the UNLV 40 for a first down for Boise State. Army picks up a couple of yards on first down. I wish if there were 2 teams that is a toss-up to choose, like Miami and Alabama, they just have them play this weekend to decide who'd be in. Texas Meat says, keep it up. Thank you, Texas Meats and Sharkzilla, for the super chats. 2nd and 8 for Army. 1st and 10 for Boise. Boise pass complete across midfield to the 45. Army on 2nd and 8 picks up a first down and then some, gain of about 15 down to the Tulane 38. Don't know why Boise is still playing Worthington Smith. They need to rest him, says Rudy. Well, it looks like he's going to get plenty of fucking rest. It looks like Boise State's not playing again until New Year's Eve. Boise State looks like it's going to get a first round bye, which means they won't play again until New Year's Eve. Or New Year's Day. So they're going to get 3 weeks off. It's plenty of rest. But I get the point you're making, though. I mean, the last thing you want to do is get one of your star players hurt here in the fourth quarter of a blowout, and then he misses the playoffs or something. Conference title games need to be play-in games, says Destroya. So only 1 team from each conference should get in? Is that what you're saying? So Tennessee shouldn't be in? Ohio State shouldn't have a chance. I mean, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't think you thought that through, Destroyer. I don't think you thought that through. You can't have 2 teams go 12-0 in the regular season. Some other team go 10-2. The 2 12-0 teams play in the conference championship game. The loser is out of the playoffs, but the 10-2 team is in the playoffs. I mean, that won't work. $48 team playoff? I think 47 would be better. UGA runs college football. Who wants to smoke, says Sam. Florida and South Carolina fooled me this year. They both might make a run next year. I'm going to go ahead and say no on that in both cases. Yeah, in both cases, I'm going to go ahead and say no on that. Lou, do you think South Carolina beats Alabama and Ole Miss this time? You want me to make predictions on next year's games? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. 2014 playoff would be good. Yeah, unless you're ranked 25th. And then you and everybody else will be in here complaining that some committee had bias for whatever team that's ranked 24th and it should have been the 25th team instead of the 24th team. 16-game playoff would be good this year. Yeah, for everybody except the 17th best team. Lou, can you give us your predictions on the 2027 season? My predictions are that it will occur. $16-team playoff W. Yeah, unless you're the 17th team. And then y'all would be in here telling me that the committee was somehow biased against the 17th team. Read the chat summary again. It's hilarious. All right, let me pull it up. Hold on. Remember, it's something different every time I look at it. So let me see what it says this time. Viewers are debating the college football playoff format. Which team should be included in playoff seeding methods? Lou, will the Tennessee Volunteer ever make the Elite Four in NCAA basketball? You must be old like most Tennessee fans. How about a 132 team playoff? Sounds good, but it's not fair to the 133rd team. If we keep expanding the playoffs, all the soft teams will keep changing the game. All right. 11 minutes to go in the Army-Tulane game. 28-7, so it's not much of a game. The only question now, will Lou hit the under? I had under 44.5. They're at 35 points total right now. 1st and 10, Army. I believe they're in the red zone. Down close to the 20, I believe. They only gained a couple of yards there. It's going to be 2nd and 8 now for Army. 4th and 6 for Boise State. No offense in the second half of this Boise State UNLV game. It was 21-0 at halftime. It's still 21-0. 12:45 to go in the game. And, Army is down in the red zone. 2nd and 9 for Army. Boise State's going to be punting the ball away again on 4th and 6. Looking to pin UNLV back deep. They get the punt away. It's a little squib kick. Hits on the 15. UNLV scoops it up. Returns it out to the 20. Army QB on the ground. Picks up a first down. Looks like down near the... Is that the 15 or the 10-yard line? 1st and 10, Army deep in the red zone now. 9:50 to go in the game. Tennessee dick riding team up north. Huh? That's the Juice Poot special, pushing the group of 5 to have their own playoff. I think they should have their own playoff. Let's go, Boise. Won me some money. What'd you bet on? What was the bet? Lost to South Carolina by 32 years ago. No, we need a 4,011 billionth team playoff. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Uncle Lou's scared of me. Get on my level with 2 L's. 3 L's, actually. You look sorry saying type. You typey type. Because you're scared of the Florida Gators. Holy shit.
Gave me a stroke just listening to you like that.
Yeah. That gave cancer to my autism. Just trying to read that. Did you type that with your toes? The Uncle Lou trying to opening up January 24 for the Vegas meetup. Yeah, we're going out. I'm 25th is a Saturday. I'll be out there. I land around lunchtime on Saturday, January 25th, and I'll be there till the following Saturday. So if you're able to get out there, Roger, get in touch with me through email or whatever. And if you really are going, I'll give you my cell number or whatever, and we'll meet up out there. But there'll be a bunch of us out there. It's going to be a bunch of us out there. Yeah, I'd love to see you out there, man. If Tennessee beats Ohio State, they will get fired, and Ohio State will hire Connor Stallions. Lou, I have a 5-legger on the games this weekend. Jack State, Boise State, UGA, Arizona State, Oregon, all money line.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to sweat the Georgia game, and I think Arizona State will win. But man, the Big 12 is so hard to figure out. Yeah. I mean, you'll end up. I like all those picks. You're gonna end up having to sweat a couple of them for sure, though. I hope you hit it, man. That'd be a good one. That would be a good one. Sam says, I'm drink typing. That tracks, bud. What was the over-under in the Boise State game? I'm not sure what the over-under was in the Boise State game because I didn't bet the over-under. I should have bet the under, but like an idiot, I took UNLV plus 4.5. I put $10 down to win 75, so I hope it hits. Yeah, man. 7.5 times your money would be a good winner. 2nd and 8 for UNLV on their own 21, like they have been for the entire game. Oh no, this quarterback is running around again. Fuck. Game's about 5 or 6. It's going to be 3rd and 3. 57.5 was the over-under for Boise UNLV. Oh yeah, that's going to go way under then. Going to go way under. Have a 12-team playoff, but with white players only. Clemson already tried that. 3rd and 2. UNLV gains 2. Unfortunately, they need a lot more than 2. Tennessee hasn't won the conference this century. That's fact. Tennessee has not won the conference since last century. Absolute poverty. Absolute poverty. Lou, on a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying is Josh Pate, with 10 being the most annoying? I don't really find him annoying. I think what he does is extremely disingenuous. Like, these teams that are bad, but he just constantly hypes them up, he doesn't even believe what he's saying. He's pandering to an audience. Now, it's smart from a purely business point of view. You're going to get, what's the expression? You catch more bees with honey, or what is it? Yeah, you can. I mean, the reality is most college football fans, most, not all, but most, all they want to hear is good shit about their own team. It's all they want to hear. Doesn't matter how bad their team is, how bad their coach is, how bad their record is, blah, blah. They only want to hear positive shit about their team. And for people like that, Juice Poot casts a pretty wide net. And I still think he's one of the best out there when it comes to just straight information. But I completely tune out his opinions on things, because I don't even think he believes half of his own opinions. UNLV quarterback with a big run across midfield down to the Boise 40. One of the best plays of the day for UNLV. Can we get a 12-team playoff where they play with helmets on backwards? What about it? What if they play with my mini helmets? Like, they literally have to cram their heads in my mini helmets. What about that? Can we do a 12-team playoff with that? Juice Poot was not root. Lou banned him for swearing. I don't ban people for swearing. I don't give a fuck if they swear. I mean, look, y'all get the impression I don't like Josh Pate because I don't like some of the things he does. There's nobody on the face of the planet that I like everything about him. Not even a lady.
That's Cap.
That's not Cap. I don't like every single thing about it. But I mean, it's not that I don't like Josh Pate. I like Josh Pate. I just, some of what he does ain't for me. That's all. And you got to remember, it's not completely his fault. He works for CBS. He can't, there are things he can't say. He can't say the same dumb shit that I do. He has a bunch of suits he has to answer to. Aaron Murray's poll is only poll that matters. Did you mean to spell pole that way? Because it appears as though you're in love with Aaron Murray's dick. Because you spelled it P-O-L-E. I don't know if that was an accident or if you really do have an infatuation with Aaron Murray's dick. But now I'm kind of curious. Can you let me know? Lee Wilder? Can you let me know? Did you accidentally spell pole wrong? and you meant to say Aaron Murray's poll as in Poll, as in a ranking? Or do you have an infatuation with Aaron Murray's cock? It's okay if you do. I don't care. But now I'm just kind of curious now. Come on, man. This is a first down. Just let UNLV score just so they don't get shut out at least. You need to watch your language. Who, me? You talking to me? Hey, I'm not subscribed to you. If I was, you know what I wouldn't do? Go onto your channel and tell you what to say. So, don't do it here either. And besides that, I literally do watch my language. Look, I'm on camera, but I'm seeing, like, I watch the stream in real time here, see? So I literally am watching my language. Watch this. See, like I'm seeing, when I look down here, right here, I'm seeing the YouTube stream right now. So watch how I watch my language. Fuck. Cock and balls, pussy, shit, goddamn motherfucker, fuck stick, fuck shit, fuck, asshole. See, I just watched all that. I just watched all that. For real. UNLV done rinsed around and scored a touchdown in that.
What?
I'm trying to get my hopes up in that. All they need is 2 more touchdowns to tie it up. If you think this is bad, you should see some of the late night streams we do in the off season. What are they called? What do we call those?
Disaster stream.
Oh, yeah. You should tune into some of my disaster streams in the off season. Now those are really something. I don't really have time to do disaster streams during the season, unfortunately. But in the off season, at least 3 or 4 times a year in the off season, we do disaster streams. There's probably some people in here who've seen them. But if you think this is wild, you should tune into one of the disaster streams.
They're a real crowd pleaser.
Speaking of Josh Pate, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? Speaking of Josh Pate, the last time I did a disaster stream, which was, I don't know, June or July or something, it was over the summer, we figured out that Josh Pate is...
second job.
Josh Pate is actually an adult film star. Now, I'm not telling you to look this up, okay? But if you don't believe me and you need proof, Google adult film star Zach Wilde. That's all I'm saying. I don't even know if I can find a picture that's safe enough to show you. I gotta be careful I don't accidentally. Is that not his name? It's not coming up now.
Oh, I can't even remember it.
Is that not his name? I thought that was his name. Good Lord. Oh, okay, I was spelling it wrong. Oh, can I show this? Okay. All right, here you go. This guy. Now, I know what you're thinking, but that's not Josh Pate. Or is it? Or is it? But feel free to do a search for this name right here, Zach Wild, and you can decide for yourself. You can decide for yourself. Is that juice poot? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, hey, you got to find something to do in the off season. You do. I'm not knocking the guy for that. You gotta find something to do in the off season. And if you know, whatever. But just saying. But yeah, we discovered that on a disaster stream one night. We sure did. We sure did. Oh shit, somebody scored again in this fucking Army game. No good. 35-7. That's 42 points. So any more scoring and I lose the bet on the Army game. I had under 44.5. They're currently sitting at 42 points.
What are they doing?
Well, hopefully the Army defense is... That's a fumble. Okay. Who got it, though? Tulane. All right, so second down. Okay. Man, these games are terrible. Yeah, boring game. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, obviously it's out of my control. I thought for sure we'd get lucky and at least one of these games would be good. But so far, that has not been the case. So far, that has not been the case. How did we even find that out? What about Josh Pate / Zach Wild? Well, you know, I have a crack investigative staff. And by staff, I mean, well, I think you know what I mean. My staff has done plenty of investigating over the years, and you wouldn't believe what it's found. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, my staff has done all kinds of research, Dante. Some of it I'm not too proud of. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Lose invest FCC. The FCC doesn't have a fucking thing to do with YouTube. Nothing. You should look at the non-conference games for SEC teams for 2025, and there's some pretty good matches. Not for Georgia, unfortunately. Georgia usually plays a big non-con game at the beginning of the year, but not next year. I mean, they have Georgia Tech on the non-con at the end, and that was a great game this year. Maybe it'll be good again next year, but we always have the Georgia Tech game. A lot of times Georgia has a big game, like played Clemson this year, Oregon a couple of years before that, Clemson again before that, North Carolina. Anyway, they don't have anything like that next year. They play, I think, Marshall in week 1 or something. But I haven't looked ahead to any of those games yet, but I do a lot of that kind of shit in the off season. So, unfortunately, a lot of y'all tune out in the off season, and I get it. College football's a 4-month sport for a lot of people, but we do have a lot of fun in the off season, and we do a lot of that kind of stuff. Looking forward to some of the non-con games, the big conference games. What are the biggest weekends worth of games? Obviously, predictions and coach rankings and a lot of that kind of stuff in the off season. We have a really good time. It's a lot less stressful for everybody in the off season because you can talk all the shit in the world and there's no way your team is losing on Saturday because no one's playing in the off season. So it's a lot less stressful. We kind of get along better, sort of, I think, in the off season. But we have a really good time. So if you normally tune out in the off season, you should at least give it a chance. We have a really good time. UNLV going deep. Overthrown. That would have been interesting had they hit that. Would have been interesting had they hit that. Johnny Sins for QB at UGA 2025. I don't know who that is. Tennessee always wins the offseason. Yeah. Offseason champs for 24 years in a row. Lou, are Ohio State fans more embarrassed of Ryan Day or Jeffrey Dahmer? Ryan Day. Most of them don't even know Jeffrey Dahmer went there. First down, UNLV. They need to score on this possession, UNLV. That'll at least put a little bit of pressure on Boise State. It would make it a 7-point game. It's still 35-7 in the Tulane Army game. Tulane down bad. 1st and 10. Quarterback's going to be pushed out of bounds. No gain. UNLV back to throw. Steps up. It's going to be sacked for a 1, maybe a 2-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and about 12 now for UNLV. Jeffrey Dahmer at least got the job done. Oh, boy. And he never went to bed hungry. You know? Jeffrey Dahmer? He never went to bed hungry. Tennessee plays Syracuse and Atlanta to start. Do they really? You know, that might be a pretty good game. I think Tennessee, Tennessee will probably be favored, but that might be a pretty good game. You know, Syracuse wasn't bad this year, 9-3 in the first year under that new head coach. Now, I have no idea how much of Syracuse team they're losing through graduation or NFL or anything like that. We got no clue. So I don't know whether they'll be really good, really bad, whatever. But that's an interesting game, I think, to start the season. What about, does anybody know what they're doing for week 0 next year, or if there even is one? Tulane on 3rd and 10 picks up a first down on the ground. 2:20 to go. Come on, Army defense. The good news is I don't think Tulane will be interested in kicking a field goal. A field goal would beat me on my under. And they're on the 25, but I don't see them attempting a field goal here. Throw into the end zone wide open. Oh, nearly intercepted. Wow, the safety came out of nowhere. That would have been game over for the Paylou. We would have won. 2nd and 10 now for Tulane from the 25. If you tuned in late, the game's not close. It's 35-7. Army's going to win. 2 minutes to go. But I do have a bet under 44.5 points total scored in the game. And right now they're at 42. So any other score besides a safety, and I lose the bet. So field goal or touchdown here, and I would lose the bet. The good news is Tulane's likely to go for it on 4th down, not kick a field goal. Another good run by UNLV has the ball down inside the 30 to the 28, 4:40 to go. They need to hurry. They need to hurry. Yeah, UNLV just won't give up, will they? They just won't go away. 1st and 10, shotgun, 3 wide, back to throw. Sprints out to the right, looking downfield. He's going to be sacked. 6-yard loss. This quarterback is horrific for UNLV. I can't overestimate how bad this quarterback is played today. Fresno State at Kansas, Stanford at Hawaii, Idaho at San Jose State. Oh, Iowa State versus Kansas in Dublin? I mean, that could be a good game. Know what happened last time in Vols v. Orange. 98. I don't have any idea what that means. Know what happened last time in Vols v. Orange. 98. Oh, Tennessee versus Syracuse? No, I didn't know that Tennessee and Syracuse played in 1998. I had no idea. If that's what you're talking about. Second and 15 for UNLV. 4:10 to go. UNLV's got 2 timeouts left. So does Boise. 21-7, Boise up. UNLV needs to score. Get themselves back in this game and that missed field goal by UNLV is going to end up being what cost me the bet. Because I've got UNLV plus 4.5. If they'd have made that field goal, a touchdown would make it a 4-point game and a winner for Lou. Why was Jeffrey Dahmer always hungry after he ate? He offered Asian men. The two Big Ten teams beat 2 SEC teams in the playoff last year. SEC cannot compete. Yeah. All right, come on, UNLV. Beat Donovan McNabb on a last-second field goal. Georgia and Ohio State playing 2030 and 2031. Maybe. The games are scheduled. Well, will they actually play 50-50? 50-50. College football is going to change so much between now and then. Who knows what we end up with. That's why it's pointless to schedule these games 10 years in advance. Well, UNLV quarterback do nothing again. I'm serious. This UNLV quarterback, this is a different one now. Williams. I guess they took out the Jesus. I'm cool with 8 non-conference games now. 8 non-conference games. What? The Jesus is a running back. Oh, okay. Texas has done a good job bulking up to play in the SEC. Williams has been in the whole game. That other chatter messed up. It's Iowa State versus Kansas State. Okay. Boise State's got 2 players down, injured at the same time. First and goal for Tulane. Man, no. No. Oh, my God. All the way down to the 2. Oh, this is terrible. This is going to be a horrible beat. Tulane's going to score a garbage touchdown with under a minute to go to beat my bet. Can't wait for Texas, Ohio State playing a home-and-home. Arch Manning versus Julian Sang. When is that? That's next year? Don't sleep on Army defense. Well, I'm not, but they didn't let Tulane drive all the way down the field, and they're on the 2-yard line. Lou needs Josh Pate to pat him on the head. All right, Tulane lined up, second and goal from the 2. I formation. Snap. Play action pass. Wants to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball. He caught the damn thing. You gotta be shitting me. Well, 1-1 now for today. 1-1 on to pay Lou today. UNLV, quarterback keeps, has a lot of room. 20, 15, 10, down to the 8. First and goal, UNLV. Ineligible lineman downfield. I don't think anybody told the referees about it. Did they? They're lined up for the extra point, so.
Yeah, I guess nobody told the referees about your whole ineligible lineman deal. Is this a moral victory for Tulane? There are no moral victories for teams. Fans sometimes try to claim some, like Florida's doing right now. You seen any Florida fans on the internet lately? Don't they seem happy as shit? Ask yourself why a Florida fan would be happy at the tail end of a 7-5 season. Moral victories. That's why. They couldn't be any happier. They forgot what it's like to be good. They're celebrating 7-5 seasons. Here goes UNLV again. How many times is UNLV going to get inside the 10-yard line, first and goal, and then lose yard? They done do it again now. First and goal from the 8, now second and goal from the 12. Yeah, UNLV's in no hurry at all. I don't know what they're doing here. I think they know they can't throw the ball. That's the problem. I can't cash in a moral victory. Facts. Facts, buddy. Second and goal from the 12. 5 wide, empty backfield. Back to throw. Scrambling out to the right. No blocking at all. Quarterback's going to be sacked out of bounds. Now it's third and goal from the 21. This is unreal. This is like the third time UNLV's got down here. Because remember, the first time they got down there, they got pushed backwards and then missed a field goal. The second time they got down there, they did score. But they keep... How many times are you going to be first and goal and then third and 20? Look, this is going to be third and 21? I mean, this is insanely bad offense. But, I mean, it's the quarterback's fault. You got to throw the fucking ball away. You can't take 10-yard fucking sacks, man. Come on, man. It's dog shit. Back to throw. Pass incomplete. Fourth and goal from the fucking midfield or wherever the fuck they are. Yeah, this QB is terrible, man, for UNLV. I mean, he's real bad. Boise State, Potato State unmashed tonight. Yes, they sure did. Yo, Lou, how's that Honda Ridgeline? I don't have a Honda Ridgeline. You're talking about Honda Billy Slaw. Clemson man. All right, fourth and goal from the 21. Blitz, they don't pick it up. Pass incomplete. All right, that's it. The Army and Tulane game is over. Army wins 35-14. Boise State's going to wrap this one up 21-7. All right, I'll be back on at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for the college kickoff show. Make sure you tune in. We're going to try to give some money away at the end of the show. So tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for that. We'll go through all the day's games. Get everybody set up for conference championship Saturday and try to give away some money at the end of the show. The streaming schedule tomorrow, I will be live on my Patreon page at 4 o'clock for the SEC championship game. If you want to join us over on Patreon, there's a link in the description. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Patreon. Live on Patreon at 4 o'clock for the SEC championship game. Here's a link to the Patreon page if you want to check it out. And then 8 o'clock right back here on YouTube for the ACC championship game and the Big Ten championship game. So, all right, everybody. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.